To promote my new flower shop, I had one place print my business cards, another print my brochures, and a third, my signs. Now my roses aren't red, my violets aren't blue, my geraniums look dead, and I don't know what to do.
Staples can help your business stand out with signs, banners, and brochures that are a true reflection of your company. And now at Staples, spend $50 or more on print and marketing services and get $5 off your next in-store purchase.
Now my business is blossoming, and I'm spending less green.
Exclusions apply. In-store only. Ends 6/23/18.
Before we begin this week's episode, we wanted to let our Chicagoland area listeners know of a really cool event coming up with our friends at Challengers Comics. On Saturday, June 23rd, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, will be doing a signing at Challengers from 1 to 2 p.m. So if you've ever wanted to meet Jimmy Hart, this is your opportunity. Plus, Challengers is super fucking rad, and they sell a lot of cool stuff, and the people that run it and the people that work there are pretty cool. So make sure you check it out. Remember, that's Saturday, June 23rd from 1 to 2 p.m. All right, enjoy this week's episode. It's long and I get very drunk.
Hi, I'm stunning Stella Cheeks.
And I'm the Enigma Erin Cline.
And this is
Not Your Demographic,
a feminist wrestling podcast.
Shockingly, those exist.
Nobody pulled that out. And I was like, we said it a lot. Everyone was like, chef kiss, obviously. But also we created a whole new pride catchphrase. And nobody liked it.
I mean, whatever. They were so distracted by how many fucking times we said chef kiss.
And
chef
how
kiss.
loud you were. I tried to bring your levels down so much. And I was like, we do sound tests. Erin, it just goes crazy.
I know, I get animated.
Gay man gay.
Gay man gay.
How are you?
I'm good. It is hot as fucking Chicago today, so living through that.
You thought it was that hot?
I was also downtown.
So was
it's
I.
Hot as fuck. I don't know. I walked to the Art Institute from Union Station.
Why? On your lunch break?
Yeah, I mean.
Do you still work there?
Yeah. I got into work yesterday. I got all the way down there. It takes me about an hour to get to work every day. I get all the way in there. I sit down and my boss goes, "Why are you here? You don't need to come in on Tuesdays anymore." And I was like, "Why the fuck didn't you email me an hour and a half ago?" They're like, "Oh yeah, you don't have to come in on Tuesdays anymore." I was like, "What? What the fuck, guys?" So I went to the DMV and got my new license. My new ID photo is hilariously
Show
bad.
me.
Oh my god, it's so bad. I look, first of all, very masculine, and second of all, kind of like Matt Riddle. It's not good. It is really fucking bad.
Oh, I guess
really
you do look kind of like Lady Matt Riddle.
I have gotten that several times in the past, so I'm not like super surprised by it. I don't have the hard copy, so it's not in color, so I'm hoping the color is better. But this is my photo. It's very bad.
Your skin looks nice.
I know, my skin looks great. They made me take my glasses off.
I know, they don't let you smile and they make you take your glasses off.
Yeah, he told me I could smile, but...
Oh, I tried to smile and they were like, don't smile.
And also, like, I always wear my glasses. I literally don't have contacts. And so I was like, okay, I look totally different with my glasses off. Like, whatever, I guess. So that's what
Did you say that? I don't wear contacts?
Yeah, they were like, we don't allow anyone to photograph in glasses anymore. Like, oh, okay. I mean, I get it. Kind of. You can always ask someone to take their glasses off at a, like, ID checkpoint. But also, like, I always wear my glasses. It's very bizarre. So that's what I've been doing. And dealing with this heat, I guess. That's all I've been doing is government bullshit, because I turn 30 on Tuesday.
What?
I know.
Erin!
I completely forgot.
I forgot your birthday.
I totally fucking forgot my birthday, too.
Happy birthday. I don't have a gift for you. I don't have anything. Oh my god.
It's fine.
I'm so stressed.
It's fine. We're going to Money in the Bank and
that's right.
Takeover.
I did chip in for your tickets.
Yes. I just assume that that's what everyone
I did that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
thank you very much for my birthday gift. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about my birthday.
You talk so much about how Money in the Bank is around your birthday, and I just, like, don't listen.
I say it all the time, and I forgot my own fucking birthday. My 30th birthday party. Planned nothing. Did absolutely nothing.
kind of great, actually.
I was like, who cares? I've basically been 30 since like the moment I started dating Michael. Like, let's get real. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about wrestling this weekend. And then
and meeting my dad. Well, you've met him before, but seeing him for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, it's been like almost 10 years, I think, since I've seen your dad.
Probably. You probably saw him at college graduation. It's probably the last time, which would have been 2011.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm a little concerned about him in a large group of my friends.
Oh, I think it'll be okay.
I know. I'm not concerned about him being embarrassing. I'm more concerned about him being overwhelmed.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
I know.
I think it'll be fine. I mean, because, like, even if he did anything embarrassing, I would be like, A, it's my dad, and B, like, do you want to hear his, like, really fucked up, like, military history and why it's, like, kind of okay when he says weird things? Like, it's not, but it's also, like, he is in a large crowd and has PTSD, so, like, maybe let's give him a break.
Yeah, exactly. It's cool you figured out seating. You know what's up.
Yeah, just sitting on the end with my dad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. I do have a podcast recommendation I wanted to tell everyone.
Is it a true crime podcast?
Yes, it's an investigative journalism podcast. It's called Death in Ice Valley. It's about a woman who died in Norway in the 70s, and her case was never solved. They officially said it was a suicide, but, like, there's no fucking way this woman killed herself. She died, like, by falling in a fire, even though there was no fire on site, and she swallowed a bunch of sleeping pills, which she could have done in her hotel room. Like, the whole thing is very weird. Personally, I think she's a spy. It reminds me a lot of the Somerton Man case, the guy who was found on a beach in Australia, where everyone was like, who the fuck is this dude? I don't understand. Death was never solved. But the podcast is ongoing, and they're like, it's really good because, first of all, it's Norwegian, and, like, there are no Norwegian podcasts, basically. And so it's really interesting to hear someone niche. Like, talk very niche about this, like, investigative journalism that she's been working on for, like, 5 years. And because of the influence of the podcast, they've gotten to, like, talk to old KGB spies who are like, oh, you guys are doing this for, like, a legit reason. Sure, I'll give you an interview when I never give anyone an interview. So you get all of these, like, old spy catcher stories and a bunch of, like, old KGB people who are like, she definitely wasn't a Russian spy, otherwise she would have had these telltale signs, which has been very interesting. And
I maybe would like that. I think
you'd really enjoy it.
I used to be very into spy stuff, but also, like, fully considered a career in the CIA. Like, didn't get tattoos for a while. Like, was like, I do want to be a spy. And then I did more research and read a lot of, like, encounters, and I was like, no.
It's hard. You usually give up your whole life.
You literally have to give up your whole life.
Yeah.
Which, obviously, like, of course like, you would obviously have to do that. But, like, when faced with that as, like, a young person, like, do I want to go to
what is my
do
reality?
this?
Yeah.
Do I actually really want to be a CIA agent? Because, like, for a long time, I was like, I'm in theater school, but, like, I for real want to be a spy.
Totally.
And I was like, I do think that I have, like, the mental constituency to do it. I just don't think that I wanted to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, I read a bunch of stuff, and I was like, you know, everyone feels like they could do it. Like, please don't come and torture me.
Fair request.
But it was just one of those things. It's like, you literally can do nothing else.
Oh, yeah. You give up your entire life to do it. But that's part of why I enjoy this. Like, I personally think that this woman was a Stasi East German spy because that's what the details of her story add up to. And, like, I would not know that unless I had literally just been in the secret police museum, like, less than a month ago. Like, straight up. Because they're talking about, like, maybe she's KGB, maybe she works in Norway, maybe she was an American spy. And I was like,
Stasi.
This bitch is from East Germany, for sure. Like, for sure. And they have, like, a whole Facebook group where you can, like, talk. That's part of it is because it's ongoing.
Are you on the Facebook group?
I went into it because I was like, I wonder if people are talking about East Germany and the Stasi and if that's a thing. And the group is so hostile. People are like, this is my idea and this is how I feel. And I was like, I'm not going to post in here. And so I tweeted about it, but, like, they don't have a podcast. So I, like, or a Twitter. Yeah. And so I just tweeted the name. And the woman who is doing the show found my tweet and just favorited the Stasi ones. And I was like, oh shit. Okay. Like, I'm glad that you saw these because no one else seems to be talking about it. And, like, I was literally just there. And so it will be interesting to go forward. Like, is
that woman's like, ding, ding, ding.
Right? Exactly. Like, hey, bitch, you figured this shit out. And, like, I will freak out if that's actually what it is. But again, Death in Ice Valley, really fucking good. I definitely recommend it. There's a bunch of, like, twists and turns and stuff inside of the, like, forensic detective thing that they're doing.
And turns.
And it's just very, very good. I think they're up to episode 9, and they're I don't think a single one is longer than 40 minutes. So it's also very like easily digestible.
So not like this.
So yeah, it's not like this. It's not like the 1,000 other true crime podcasts I recommend that's like, here's an hour and 70 minutes. I know that's more than 2 hours. I don't care. Like this.
I don't care.
I don't care. Death in Ice Valley is not like that. And I would definitely recommend it. So that's what I've been doing this week, is just binging the shit out of this podcast because it's really fucking good.
If we're doing recommendations before I go into my week and how wonderful it was. It was fine. It wasn't that wonderful. But so I am between quarters. I finished my last final and turned it in on Sunday. And then I start class on Thursday. So I'm not actually really between quarters because like between spring and summer, there's like nothing.
There's like a week. Yeah.
Right. Not even a week.
Yeah.
Like I finished Sunday and I'm starting class tomorrow. But I haven't read a book.
Right?
In a very long time. That wasn't like required for school. I did a ton of reading for school, but like not something I wanted to read.
That's
and
what
there's
I did
a
for
book.
2 years. It sucks.
It really sucks. And it was like kind of cold on Monday, so I took the kiddo nanny only for 6 more days. Wow, that's crazy. To the bookstore, and we were walking around. I was kind of looking, and I saw this book, and I was like, "Oh my god, yeah, I really wanted to read this book." It's called "Who Thought This Was a Good Idea and Other Questions You Should Have Answers to When You Work in the White House." It's by Alyssa Mastromonaco. If you don't know her, she was the deputy chief of staff, and before that, she was like the director of scheduling and advancement and stuff like that. She was the youngest, if not the youngest, female to work in like a senior presidential role like that. And she also is a Crooked Media contributor. So if you listen to like Pod Save America or anything, you've probably heard her before, which is how I found out about this book. I really like her. She's very funny, but also really smart, which is part of the reason I like those podcasts. But this book is so fucking good.
Awesome.
It's so good. Like she talks about, there's like one part where she's very open that she has like IBS, and like obviously being in like one of the most stressful jobs in the world, right? And having IBS, like she has this whole story about how like she almost shit her pants in front of the Pope, like, and
oh my god,
yeah. But also like she has funny stories like that, and she's got a really. It's honestly like reading like a West Wing episode mixed with Bridget Jones's Diary in like the best way.
Very cool.
And she says repeatedly, like, the goal of writing this book was to inspire more people, but more young people, but specifically more women to go into politics. And she's just really honest and really great. So if you are into that sort of thing, again, it's called Who Thought This Was a Good Idea by Alyssa Mastromonaco, the former White House Deputy Chief of Staff.
Very cool.
It's got a funny picture of her and Obama on the cover.
That's nice.
Just on Air Force One, chillin'. It's really good.
Very cool.
So that's my recommendation.
Oh, fantastic.
I've been pretty good. Like I said, I wrapped up finals. I worked all last week and all weekend, weddings and things like that. And then we had a bunch of meetings this week. We signed contracts for our photographer and our videographer.
Congratulations.
And we honestly have like almost all of our vendors except for like the makeup person and the caterer, but we have like catering tasting set up, and we're pretty sure we know which one we're going with and things like that. So it's just like the formality, and we're like finalizing hotel blocks, which sounds crazy because like our wedding is over 300 days away, but it's like,
dude, get it fucking done.
I want to get it done so that, because like I know there are like small things that I want that's like, okay, well, if I know that the photographer and the DJ and the photo booth and the flower, like all of the big vendors will be done by the end of July.
Well, also like the closer you get, you have invitations and save the dates, and you have to like, all of your work is still gonna pile up the closer and closer you get. Like doing this shit this far in advance.
Getting all the stuff,
like, I mean, we did basically the same thing. Like a year in advance, we were like, let's book literally everything we can, and we fucking needed it. It's, I mean, we're in a wedding next weekend where we've seen someone who's like, oh no, oh shit, I waited until a month before my wedding to choose shit. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
How are you living this life? I'm like stressed by proxy.
I'm not. I'm just like, it'll happen. And also like, I guess just like your wedding, like if things go wrong, I will be there and I will help fix them.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I don't know.
I climbed under tables for your wedding.
I don't know what could go more wrong than my decorator's appendix exploding
and
the morning
not sending anybody else.
Yeah, and not sending a fucking
I asked
person.
Because I hired several people who are soul people.
What happens if your appendix explodes? Do you have a backup plan?
No, honestly, I asked people, like, I'm hiring a photographer who is in business with herself, which a lot of photographers are, and I was like, so, act of God, or like, you're sick, or family, like, do you have viable backups?
Yeah.
You do? Like, can I see that it's in your contract? Things like that. So.
Yeah.
That's important.
Super important.
In case your appendix explodes. Like, I've worked plenty of weddings hungover. Like, you can do it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's just like, do you have a legit medical emergency?
Yeah. Sidebar, this is funny. We were talking to the videographer, and he was like, well, what do you want for your, like, vision or whatever? And we were talking about it, and I was like, only shots from the right side of my face. Just kidding. And Nick was like, she's absolutely not kidding. And the videographer was like, great, I'll write it down. And I was like, oh,
good
that's
videographer.
like, good videographer, but also, like, I was, like, embarrassed to say it. And Nick was like, she's not kidding. But not in, like, a shitty way. Just, like, she actually wants this.
This is my wife, and I know what she likes. Yeah, absolutely.
I know my angles.
Yes, absolutely. Totally true. Oh, I'm going to interject also with this week a birthday present, because I forgot. Michael got me a hardcover bound book of all of our honeymoon photos.
Aww.
He had it made for me for my birthday. And
That's
I was
really
like,
cute.
And he was like...
And uncharacteristic of Michael.
I know, right? I was like, this is very thoughtful and very sweet. And he was like, right, I did a good job. You're a good wife and I'm a good husband. And I was like, aw, yeah, you are. That's so sweet.
That's really cute.
You never come to my house. I'll have to bring it over.
I did go to your house on Sunday.
Yeah, I know. I hadn't gotten
the one time.
Anyways,
yeah, I don't know where I was going, but we had a lot of wedding stuff that we got done, which was nice. And, like, actually
excellent.
really fun. Like, I told this story to you already, but, like, me and Nick, before we went out to brunch or something on Sunday, were in, like, a fight about nothing, ostensibly. Like, it's not a real fight. It was just, like, he woke up grumpy, and I was, like, mad that he woke up grumpy without, like, saying hi to me, and then it just, like, tainted our morning. But we're in, like, this huge fight walking to brunch. And then I was like, you know, I have to work today, and we're supposed to meet the videographer later, so, like, we have to nail out some details because I don't want to walk in and look like fools. Like I said, it obviously like that. And so then we started talking about the wedding stuff, and we were in this big fight, and we, like, by talking about the wedding, we both calmed down, completely agreed with each other, and then had, like, a really nice brunch. And halfway through, I was like, I feel like we're the opposite of a lot of couples. Like, we calm down and become, like, a team when talking about wedding stuff, and, like, it's not been stressful. It's actually been really fun to do all the wedding stuff together. I mean, I know, again, we're 300 days away, or over 300 days away. Yeah. But it was just funny that we've not had a single fight about the wedding, but, like, we've had a fight about, how dare you wake up and not say hello to me before you start complaining about your life. Well, he was like, I knew that if I drank last night, I wouldn't be able to wake up and work out. And I was like, hi. I woke up early to watch WrestleMania and write a paper. Dick.
Yeah, there's something about, I did not understand it before I planned my own wedding, but, like, it really brings you together as a unit.
Which it should. If it doesn't, you shouldn't be getting married.
Oh, absolutely. Or, like, if you're already a unit and you're just like, whatever, this is just
right.
Totally.
I,
like, totally get that. But it is really smart to know, like, oh, all we do is fight about this wedding. Our visions are very different. This fucking sucks. We can't agree on anything. Like, that's a sign. Yeah. That's a big sign. And
I was, like, at work, and Nick was like, I called these hotels, and I did this stuff, and I was like, Nick.
Right? It is so not, like, you are participating in this process, and I don't have to do it alone?
Yeah, it's been really nice, actually.
Oh, that's so good.
I had, like, a nice, kind of relaxing week of, like, reading a book and planning my wedding and not having to worry about school.
Oh, that's so nice.
But, of course, it starts tomorrow, so.
Yeah, well. But one of your jobs,
And then so many more start, Erin.
Yeah, that's true.
News.
News. The only news that I wrote down was the Shazza McKenzie stuff.
Oh, yeah. You want to talk about that?
Yes. Shazza McKenzie, I don't really know that much about Australian wrestling, and, like, we've been very open before. Shazza's not really our jam. I respect her as a worker and as a person who has obviously worked her ass off in indie wrestling, especially when it was very hard for women.
She's just not
my thing.
Yeah, we've seen her live many times, and she's, like, not our favorite wrestler, which I think is part of the reason we were tagged in this. They were like, oh, yeah, have an emotional response to this wrestler you don't identify with, and it's like, cool, I will.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is not an aggressive act.
Good for her. Like, I can't remember the guy's full name, but who gives a fuck?
Some Australian.
Yeah. His first name is Mario. So there's a wrestling tournament that's being named in his honor. And Shazza came out, and I saw her original post before she made her statement, where she was like, oh, cool, he groped me backstage in front of an entire locker room full of people.
And thought it was funny.
But we're out here naming tournaments after him. And because she said that, a bunch of people were like, what? What? And so she made
and also a bunch of people were like, how dare you? Like, it was just a joke, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, it wasn't a joke. It was sexual assault, and y'all are dumb.
Yeah, exactly. And so she put out a statement that was like, when I was new and I, like, I couldn't speak up for myself, and a lot of women are very scared to speak up when they're new in wrestling because you absolutely get blacklisted. That's a real thing that happens.
For sure.
One of his moves is he does an abdominal stretch on people, and he put her in an abdominal stretch and then groped her breasts in front of the whole locker room, and everybody laughed. Like, that's bullshit. It's total bullshit. And good for her for coming out about it. Like, that shit's not easy. And again, like, she's been working for a long time. She could still face blackballing because of coming out with a story like that. And the fact that she was like, nah, I'm doing this and I'm going to speak up, and was speaking out that other people had come to her and were like, I've also experienced assault. I can't come out about it though. Like, the fact that she can at least stand for that, I think is excellent. And we've been saying for years, there's a fucking reckoning coming for professional wrestling because it's full of trash carnies. Like, out here committing assault fucking left and right. And you know what? There's a bunch of men that have been assaulted too that are too afraid to come out about it. And like, I'm really glad that wave is finally starting to roll in. If it's Shaza, great. I mean, I don't want her to be assaulted.
No.
Don't care for her doesn't mean that I don't care about her as a person.
Right. I think sometimes people think that when you say like, oh, I really don't like this person's work, that means that like you hate them. Like, I don't know Shaza. She seems like a lovely person. Yeah. I don't identify with her in-ring work. That's fine. There are a lot of people at these Shimmer shows that do. Yeah. That doesn't mean that I discount her as a person or I hate her as a person. Like, and I'm very like, I mean, I don't know her, but I'm like really proud of her for coming out.
And honestly, like, this is like kind of a fucked up thing to say, but like, it makes me like her more knowing that she's a strong enough person to be like, I'm willing to face whatever consequences, even though I shouldn't have any fucking consequences.
Well, in her statement, she even said, she's like it or not, like, I'm in a position where I am a role model to some people, and I do have a responsibility to say something, and that's why I'm saying something. And that, and to know that and not be like cocky about that, like, I'm a role model. Like, she just meant it, and like, yeah, if I don't say something and I have more of a platform, then like, who will?
Responsibility to do this, right? Exactly. Yeah. So I'm really, really glad that she came out with a statement and is willing to talk about it, especially if people are such assholes about it. Like, it must be freshly re-traumatizing to have not a million, and that's a huge hyperbole, but hundreds of people be like, you're a liar. You're not telling the truth. You just want to embarrass this man who did a joke. Yeah, this man did a joke. That was sexual assault. Like, it may have been a joke. It's still sexual assault. Right. It doesn't matter. Just like Al Franken, it may have been a fucking joke. Doesn't matter. Still sexual assault. Don't fucking do that shit.
Yeah.
So.
Also, we canceled him. So.
Yeah, right.
I used to like worship at the altar of Al Franken, and I immediately canceled him.
Right.
For a kind of not harmless, but like a relatively non-consequential joke. Like, it was not funny, and he shouldn't have done it, but, like, I cancel him immediately for pretending to grope this woman's breast in a photo.
Absolutely.
Like,
100%.
And he apologized, and he stepped down, and I'm still like,
Mm-hmm. But now,
you fucked up, bro.
Gillibrand is also facing a bunch of backlash because she's the one who initiated him having to resign or whatever. But again, he did it, and also, there are more people other than the woman in that photo who were like, yeah, he did this shit to me too. Right. Never read the comments, obviously. You can't help it. Sometimes you look at what people are saying because it's important to have like an idea of what the cultural reaction is to stuff. And I saw someone say like, even if half of the women who said stuff about Franken were lying, that's still at least 4 women who are like, this dude assaulted me. I feel that same way about Shaza. Like, she may be the only person this ever happened to. That's too many.
Doubtful, though.
1,000%. If you're comfortable enough to grope someone in front of a locker room full of fucking people, you have done that shit before. Absolutely. There's, like, no question about it. So good for Shaza.
Good for Shaza.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll cheer a little louder.
Right? Maybe I won't boo her. I'll just
Well, she doesn't have the championship anymore, so
that's true.
It'll be easier to cheer for her.
That's true. That's a good point. Good point.
So,
other news?
Punk lost his fight.
Yes.
Got his face all fucked up. But did a better job than last time.
I mean, he didn't get tapped out in 2 minutes and 14 seconds.
Yeah, he's probably done, right?
I doubt it. Why? They continue to pay him a shitload of money and give him great spots on UFC cards.
I don't know, because Dana White came out and said, was like, I think that's enough for now.
I mean, it was 2 years before his first fight, and then it's been, what, like a year and a half since his last one? Dana White's gonna get desperate for money at some point, and they're just gonna throw him on as an attraction again. Like, I really doubt that's the end of him.
Again, I feel like a Punk apologist all the time. I still really like him. And also, like, even if he's getting his ass kicked, like, it does take some kind of tenacity to be like, I'm going to try this thing that I'm probably not going to be good at.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Absolutely. I also saw, this is related to
Also,
this.
we love AJ Lee.
Also, we love AJ
So,
Lee.
by
Problematic
proxy.
AF as she may be. Still love her.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're both problematic. I still love them both.
yeah, I get it. I totally get it. Related to this.
In the grand scheme of problematic faves, there are worse problematic faves.
There are many worse problematic faves. That's the damn truth. I saw some people comparing these situations, which is what made me think of it. But Rosa Mendez apparently gave an interview recently where she said she wants to, like, come back to wrestling and, like, work her ass off on the indies and have,
Good
like...
for Rosa.
Well, she was
Peligrosa.
like, yeah, she was like, I want to come back to the indies. I want to work my ass off. I want to win a bunch of shit on the indies so that I can go back to the WWE and have a Hall of Fame run, basically. Which is very ambitious, and also, like, Rosa's not great, but if she's willing to work her ass off, fucking good for her. That's excellent. But I kept seeing these two stories back to back of, like, fuck Rosa, I can't believe she would be so audacious to think this, blah, 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 blah. Also, good for Punk for trying at this thing. Like, hi, that's sexism. That's just straight up sexism. Like, it's two people pursuing something that they're not great at but have a lot of passion at. There is literally no difference. And if you thought, like, fuck Rosa for trying, like, maybe consider why you think that. And if you don't feel that way about Punk, like, you should maybe consider that. If you feel that way about both of them, then, like, good for you for being consistent, at least.
Yeah, you're a dick, but at least you're consistent, dick.
Right, exactly. That's fine.
Yeah, so Cage Side social media, right? So I live tweeted, like, the Bellas, and so many people just have, like, such hatred for the idea of reality TV, and I understand that. There's so much stuff that I've, like, been reading, and it's, like, not negatively impacting me because, like, I don't care. But, like, so many people have so many opinions about stuff that they don't watch.
Yeah.
Like, a bunch of people came at me with some NXT opinions, and they were like, I don't know, I don't watch it. And I was like, one guy was, like, chill about it. He was like, oh, yeah, I don't know, I don't watch it. And I was like, I think you would really like this performer, like, from the way that you're saying. And one person, like, went in on the Iconics, and I was like, they were like, they've never done anything. And I was like, oh, God, okay. But, like, people have such hatred, and it's usually hatred towards the women.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely.
And it's, again, I've only been doing this for, like, a week and a half, and I'm not going to out anybody, but it's just interesting to, like, it is just, like, a total sexist double standard.
Oh,
like,
100%, yeah.
you might not want to watch Total Bellas, and you might not like the Bellas, but, like, you have to respect the literal empire that they have built.
Oh, my God, absolutely.
And also, Nikki is a pretty good fucking wrestler.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Brie did a really good job in the Rumble.
Mm-hmm. And they work their asses off. Like, you can tell they work their asses off at their empire.
Side note, I was watching Total Bellas alone, and the moment when Brie's music hit, I just started weeping.
Of course you did.
Like, well, because the whole episode, she was like, I'm really nervous, and she was, like, doing a bad job training with Nikki.
Yeah.
Nikki was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I've been wrestling. Like, what the hell are you doing? And Brie's like, I don't know. My body's different. I don't know. And she had this whole meltdown.
That's a good point. I'm sure that just learning to move with a different body is very hard. Like, your body changes a lot during pregnancy.
Yeah.
Like, your hips are differently set. Your boobs are different. Like, it's
a lot.
It's gotta be a lot harder.
And she was having some, like, nervousness about, like, her body, how it looks, but also, like, how it was functioning. And, like, when her music hit and the crowd went wild, and, like, she did a good job. And, like,
she was like, I'm afraid people won't recognize me. Like, bitch, literally, how would they not recognize you?
I know, but that's just, like, a fear,
like
right?
sister.
Like, I understand that. The E! Channel does a brilliant job of editing everything to make them look like they're the best wrestlers in the world, which, like, they're not. But also, I did watch the Rumble, obviously, and I was like, yeah, Brie did do a good job, and she deserved that pop. And, like, they did tell a good story in the ring, especially, like, with Nikki eliminating her and, like, all that stuff. And they do deserve these fucking accolades, and nobody is ever going to give it to them. Not nobody, but, like, the grand scheme of dumb Mark wrestling fans. That is straight up sexism.
Oh, yeah, it's totally sexism. It's sexism clouded as, like, oh, I just know what good wrestling is.
I just don't like reality TV.
Like, okay, that's fine. Why do you watch wrestling then? Hi,
it's literally reality TV.
Spoiler, it's reality TV. Like, it's all scripted just as much. Like, come on now.
Other UFC nonsense around us going into their Hall of Fame. Why does everybody need a Hall of Fame? Honestly, let's just get rid of all Hall of Fames. They're fucking dumb. They're literally so fucking dumb. They're a waste of time, and I hate them.
Oh, I like Hall of Fames. I'm all about sports nostalgia. I think that stuff is cool.
I hate them all.
I think it's
in every context.
I think, honestly, more than anything else, it just speaks to how shitty the UFC is that Ronda's going in their Hall of Fame. Like, truly, like, yeah, Ronda had this really crazy hellfire moment, basically, inside of sports. But she sucks. Like, she does actually suck. Like, she beat 6 women with an armbar because those women also sucked. Like, that division was purposefully bad because Dana wanted Ronda to be the one to beat everybody, and he did it. And then guess what? She got kicked in the face and she lost. And then she lost her match after that and now refuses to fight anymore. Like, that's your Hall of Fame caliber? Like, that speaks more to how you treat the women than it does anything else.
Yeah, but people are so blinded by that stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And, like, inside the context of UFC, I totally understand why they're putting her in the Hall of Fame. But if you, like, really look at her career, it's like, is this really Hall of Fame worthy? Are you fucking kidding me?
Is this really what we're doing?
Ugh, so stupid.
Also, WWE is really pushing the Elite versus the New Day, but not in a wrestling ring, in video games, which is interesting and fun and cool, but also, like, what?
Yeah. What?
Whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. I saw someone make a joke that fucking Xavier Woods got his contract out and went line by line and was like, it doesn't say that we can't do this in a video game. So.
I am 100% sure that he said that.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
and also he probably went to them and was like, here's why it benefits us.
Yeah.
It benefits me and up, down, down, obby. But also, like, this is how it benefits you.
Yeah, also, like, you guys are all about WWE's inclusive. We have a partnership with GLAAD. Like, fuck yeah, glom onto the biggest gay storyline in the history of professional wrestling. Like, yeah, that is a good move, especially for people like New Day who, like, are cool with that. They're like the perfect
New Day
bridge.
is the coolest.
Yeah, that's true. They are
New
the
Day
coolest.
is forever.
Yeah, ride or die, man.
I'm goddamn ride or die. And you know what? I don't even have to be a die because they kill it all the fucking time.
That's right.
Also, there's going to be some ROH Impact thing coming in the future. Like, whatever. I don't care.
Impact. Fucking crushing it. Hey, you want a partnership? You want a partnership? How about you? You want a partnership too?
I mean, it's essentially WWE versus all of other wrestling.
Yeah, basically.
Which, like, great.
Although WWE does partner with Beyond and Evolve and Progress sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, it is weird to, like, watch the indies force
It
them
only
into
benefits the
collaboration.
fans, honestly.
Oh,
so.
absolutely. Also, you know what? Another weird, like, shitty sexist thing. How come the men in WWE get to go fight in other companies and none of the other women do? Why can't Becky come to fucking Shimmer? How come Mickie James can't come do anything at Shimmer? Like,
Or
it's fucking...
go fucking fight in Progress.
Yeah.
They have a women's belt.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I understand if you don't want people employed by WWE, women employed by WWE, to go do intergender stuff on the indies. Okay, whatever. Your company has fucking
Whatevs, bro.
weird, stupid-ass rules about that shit.
Stupid-ass
but, like,
rules.
It is a very obvious double standard at this point that the men just get to do. Like, the fact that Adam Cole and Walter are going to be fighting each other is awesome, but why can't I see any of these women anywhere else? They're just as good, and they should have as many opportunities.
Some of them are better.
Yeah, some of them are better, and they should be allowed to, like, you don't let Becky do a goddamn thing most of the year.
Which is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Like, let her go fucking fight other places. It makes me very mad.
Did you watch Totes Bells?
I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched segments of it. I know. I'm uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable.
I did fast forward through some of the Mama Bella stuff because I was like, I'm embarrassed for you. But then at the end, she did do a good job. Yeah. I did watch her do a good job.
Yeah, I did watch that as well.
I love that Nikki was like, come watch me make a fool of myself, and then you'll feel better because you did a better job than me in my weird dress.
Yeah.
It was emotional. She forgot the keys to her house. And then his best friend had to come give her keys, and then there was a note in there and flowers. It's emotional. But mostly this episode was about the Rumble, and Nikki worried about her neck, and Brie worried about her body. Mm-hmm. I am really glad that they addressed the moment where Asuka pulled her out of the ring by her fucking neck.
Yeah.
I think Asuka afterwards was like, whoops, no speak English. Because, like, the audience, they showed, like, videotapes. They also showed, like, fucking the selfie videotape of that guy that called Nia fat.
Oh, great.
That was one of those guys. The guy that, like, got caught on the internet for calling her, like, fat cow or whatever. Like,
Jesus.
That got, like, dragged through the fucking mud. And I was like, we're doing that guy for the, like, women's show? Cool. Do some research, channel.
Yeah, for real.
I get that you don't actually give a fuck about wrestling, but this was an awkward thing for me to watch as a wrestling fan, to be like, that guy was super sexist the whole time.
Yeah.
And you had to have known that because you pulled the video.
Yeah, for real.
Now that I'm thinking about it, you had to have known that. Your selective editing is Honestly, give the editing team an Emmy because you guys are nuts.
Yeah.
But like people in the audience being like, in their selfie cams being like, oh my God, her neck. And all of the upshots of people like grabbing their face like, we are invested, but now this has gone too far.
Yeah.
And like anybody that was like, the elimination was weird because Nikki just jumped off and Nikki was like, my neck hurts. I'm supposed to lose this. Bye.
Yeah.
Like I sold up into this moment. She kicked the air. Cool. I'm going to dive off the stage. I have to go get my neck checked. I like that they addressed that.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then this Sunday, it's Nikki and John at dinner saying the things that they want.
I mean, again, this is so weird because we've seen them cancel their Napa wedding. We know they're canceled their Mexico wedding. So this happens at least one more time. Like, we're going to get to the end of the season. They're going to be like, Mexico wedding. And all of us who know are going to be like, they also canceled this. This is awful.
But now they might be getting back together. I just want the best for them. I don't think it's fake. All of you guys that think it's fake suck.
I think it's a hard combination of both, to be honest.
Well, I think it's a thing where they've like almost, I think after, I don't know, but I think after being in a reality TV show for so long, it does, the quote unquote reality part of it becomes a reality.
Yeah, also they work for WWE. Like, that is their reality. Like, you're constantly surrounded by cameras. You're constantly on the ball all the fucking time.
For sure.
Anytime you're on call from WWE, like, you live in this reality of reality.
You live in this reality. I think this sounds like a good time to remind everybody that we have a Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
We forgot to do it up top.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're like, read this book, listen to this podcast. We're worldly.
We're very cool.
If you'd like to support this podcast, you can find us on patreon.com/notyourdemopod, where this week our episode of Every Mania Ever, Mania 5, will be coming out, where Erin smokes bowl and I eat chili.
Yes.
So if you have those sound fetishes, tune in. Though you can't really hear me eating. It's mostly you just be like, or whatever. However, weed sounds.
Close enough. That was close enough.
Yeah.
So you can get all of our Every Mania Evers. Also, NYD After Dark with the...
Which we haven't done in a while, so go have a weird date, please.
Oh, I had one. I can give a brief date update after this one.
Excellent.
Yeah, we can do that one.
NYD After Dark.
You can get NYD After Dark. Yeah. We're fun. Our Patreon is fun.
We're fun.
We're fun. Our Patreon is fun.
We're fun.
It's fun. Also, we forgot to talk about our wrestling merch. The thing we've been doing for 2.5 years.
We have koozies and t-shirts. If you want a koozie, you can email us at notyourdemo@gmail.com. And if you want a shirt, go to whatamaneuver.net. Buy our cool-ass shirts.
Not the merch I was talking about, but that's also a good plug. I meant
Oh.
literally what you're wearing.
Hilarious. I'm wearing a Seth Rollins hoodie because I forgot to wear a wrestling shirt. And also, I was really hoping that he was going to shred on that guitar, but then he just didn't. Also, to turn this into a segment about women, I'm wearing the Seth Rollins hoodie because I don't own a Carmella shirt. And I just want to say that Carmella's laugh is the best thing going on. Her heel laugh and her heel work is great. And it really is indicative of Seth Rollins. And she's doing a fucking great job.
Absolutely.
And not in like the woman is like a man thing, but like, it reminds me of that in a really positive way because Seth Rollins crushed as a heel and she's also crushing as a heel.
In the way that, like, men study tape of old wrestlers, it feels like Carmella has been like, how do I be an effective heel? Watch a shitload of tape of people who are good at this and, like, pull all of the best parts of it. And she's, like, created this great amalgamation.
And even if she didn't watch the
heel.
tape and she just did it, like, that's even more impressive because, like, what a natural at being an asshole.
Yeah.
What wrestling merch are you wearing?
I'm wearing my Shinsuke Nakamura enamel pin. I'm wearing my pineapple dress. You can see a photo of it on my Twitter. It's a double pin, and so I put it in like this and it doesn't rotate, but it happened to perfectly line up, not on purpose, that it looks like he's doing the thing off of the pineapple leaf on my dress.
Dumb.
It's a great pin. My friend Sarah gave it to me for my birthday last year, but I was like, it's hot. I want to wear a dress today, but I have to do Not Your Demographic. Ooh, enamel pin.
Enamel pin.
That's my wrestling merch today.
So if this is an abrupt thing, we were just like, oh my god, news, Toto Bellas, coming in hot.
Oh yeah, we're coming in real hot.
Real hot. Because we just watched Lucha Underground Season 4 premiere.
Oh!
Boy, was I yelling a lot.
A lot. Congratulations, upstairs neighbors. Welcome to Wednesday.
That's okay. I got woken up at 2 o'clock in the morning because they were just like playing music and dropping shit. So like,
my upstairs neighbors have done that to me before. Where
welcome.
I'm like, I'm gonna murder you.
2 Wednesdays. Okay, so we just watched Lucha Underground Season 4 premiere.
Bananas.
Warfare, which is like such a smart way to kick off this season.
Absolutely.
First of all, it is a new temple, bigger temple. They clearly got more money. They clearly have more of a following and they're expanding, which makes sense. But it also makes sense to do Aztec Warfare to bring in a new audience. Like,
yeah.
You truly did not need to have watched a single episode of Lucha Underground.
Never.
To have had fun watching this match.
Absolutely. And like,
which is what like Rumbles are for.
Absolutely. And it's such a great opener because we all know people are gone. We all know that there are people who are no longer part of this promotion.
Prince Puma.
Prince Puma. So this is a nice, like, hey, here's everyone, basically. Like, we didn't get everyone.
But we got a lot of standbys, like Penta and Mill and Katrina and Cobra, King Cuerno, who came back last season.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But then we got some new people. We had, first of all, Tommy Dreamer. Hilarious.
Hell, yes.
But also Jesse fucking Goddard, who is in the temple is known as Mr. Spectacular, which was like a nickname, but like I screamed so loud.
I've never heard Stella scream so loud.
That can't be true.
I actually think that might be true. Because with Drew, at least you like panic, but you're like
prepared.
I cry a lot. Yeah, you're like prepared to panic. With this, it was just full fucking panic.
As somebody who has watched Impact for years and is an Impact apologist, I fucking love the bromance.
Yeah.
I love the bromance. Mm-hmm. And Jesse was always kind of the lamer of the two, or three, if you count DJZ. But I still love Jesse. And he had kind of an unceremonious exit from Impact, so it was nice to see him. I also have like no idea what he's been doing. I know he was like on Big Brother or whatever, but like I see Robbie E like interacting with like EC3 and stuff on Instagram, and like I still see Robbie E and his like fucking twins and all this stuff, but I feel like I haven't heard shit from Jesse Goddard's because I don't watch Big Brother. But it was so exciting to see him. I was so excited. Yeah. And he like, I mean, he got eliminated fairly quickly, but still.
He got a huge pop, though. Yeah. People were very excited that he was there.
He's dope.
Yeah, that was great. Also, Mr. Spectacular is a
great
fucking
name.
Hilarious name. It's a perfect Lucha Underground name, too.
Tino Sabatelli wishes he was Jesse Goddard.
Oh my god, absolutely.
Wishes.
Absolutely.
That's honestly what I thought from the moment that he came on at NXT, and I was like, oh, you wish, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Sorry, bro.
Sorry.
So that was really fun.
That was very exciting.
Daga is alive.
Daga is alive and back. They said they chopped him up into pieces, yet here he is. So I'm very interested to see how this all goes down.
Yeah, I feel like they hinted that at the end of the season last year.
I mean, she straight up said, I chopped him into pieces.
But in the beginning of the season, she had that, but she hinted at him being alive at the end of the last season. I think they might have even showed like a silhouette of him or something. I don't know. It's been so fucking long.
Yeah, for real.
But that was cool. Vibaro has a new mask.
Oh, it's so good. It's
Vibaro
such
is
a
his
good
name,
mask.
right? Luchasaurus?
Yes.
Vibaro? Because there's so many in the lizard tribe.
Yes, exactly.
There was like a weird moment between Marty and Cobra Moon, and I am here for that. I'm either here for that feud or here for that team up.
Absolutely. I'm totally into that. Also, does that mean that we get Mariposa versus Cobra at some point? Because like family and lust intersect, whatever. Like I'm fucking into that. That'll be great. I'm so excited.
So Penta came out fairly recently. Oh, also, what the fuck? Where's Dante Fox?
Where's Dante Fox? Where's Drago? Where's Aerostar? We didn't see any of those guys.
Yeah, but they specifically were like, Killshot and the Mac, where's your third partner? I guess Son of Havoc is now your trios champ. And I was like, well, maybe AR Fox is gone, but
he's tweeting about it.
But yeah, he tweeted about the season premiere of Lucha, so hopefully there's some kind of storyline there, because I mean, if you know me, I fucking love AR Fox, and I especially love him in the Temple. Like, he is a phenomenal wrestler and a good character, and also just hot as hell.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And also, like, he and Killshot had this fucking incredible program.
It, like, honestly makes me want to cry. It was so good. Like, I'm thinking about it and, like, getting teared up. Like,
watching them go through those glass plates, like, so fucking bananas. Like, I hope that we don't just get an end to that. Like, it's just over now. That doesn't... I feel like they just wouldn't have brought him up at all if that was the case. But who the fuck knows? Oh, also, P.S. Dario's dead. Straight up, he's a dead man.
Yeah, so he got shot at the end of last season by
and he called someone
Godfrey.
for help. Yeah.
By Godfrey. I don't remember his character. So he got shot at the end of last season, called somebody for help. We figure out that he called his dad for help. Mm-hmm. But then at Dario's funeral, which no one attended.
Nobody attended.
Except for Godfrey and his dad, who is the actor who played Dario, but now in like this grizzled gray wig and like
and a beard and a blind eye
contact and a limp, and he's like this grizzled old, like, Dario was always the weak one, he doesn't know what to do, we're moving the temple, all of this stuff, like, which gave reason to like, we have to move the temple because that was Dario's temple. It's
we can't be there anymore.
The emotional, I don't know, it's probably got some juju on it. It's like, if you die, the temple becomes haunted. I don't know.
Only sanctioned ghosts are allowed to be here.
To be honest, I truly hate the new temple, and I don't like the new ropes and the branding and all that stuff. It really makes it not feel like Lucha, which is this like underground, gritty, whatever. But as much as I don't like the feel of it, as somebody who's watched from the beginning, I understand the importance of it, and I understand why it's actually a good sign.
Yes, absolutely.
As much as I fucking hate it, I am willing to deal with like weird colored ropes and a Modelo sign, which, like, they've always, like, had a partnership with Modelo, or, like, very early on, because they used to do the commercials with, like, Melissa at a bar. Melissa, by the way,
looks banging.
Amazing. Like, this was filmed very shortly after she had a baby.
A month. Yeah. She's just fucking...
That bitch just turned it
kicking
out.
it. Looking fucking great.
All the women on the show look great.
Oh, my God.
Mariposa looked great. And, like, thick. 2 C's thick.
2 C's thick. She looks fucking amazing.
Katrina looks so good. First of all, props to anybody who, like, can just change their hair on a whim and fucking look amazing. And also when she, like, abandoned Mil Muertes.
Yes.
It was excellent because you got to see her walk away and you were
she
like...
was so upset with him.
Hi ass.
Hi ass.
Because she's just, like, in a leotard.
It
was a leotard and, like, a garter.
Yeah.
It was hot as hell.
She's
but also, like,
fuck.
the drama of her abandoning Mil, who has continuously disappointed her.
And he got pinned by Phoenix, who we also know that she has a bunch of, like, history and drama with, so it'll be interesting to see what comes from that.
Phoenix, Mil, and Jeremiah Crane were all in the ring together. Yes. And it was all the love triangles.
Ooh. Yes. So good. God, she looks fucking great.
Yeah, she looks so fucking good.
She looks
but
so
Cobra
good.
Moon looked good, too. Her abs were, like, ripped.
Yeah, she looks fucking ripped.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Dragon Azteca Jr. also got thick. He looks great.
But thick in, like, not even, like, a muscular way, just, like, a positive way.
He's just widened like a man.
Yeah, he looks like not like a child anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Net positive.
Totally agree.
Not looking like a child.
You mentioned about the new temple and the way that the look works. I also think that it works for the idea that Antonioooooo is an old school promoter and has been around for a long time.
He very much pushed that. He was like, my son would probably do this, this, and this.
Right,
like,
but that's not who I am. And so I like that.
Antonioooooo.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And so I feel like
my only son!
Yes! So I feel like it fits with the flow of the new temple and Antonio as the new promoter and the new booker. Like, these changes are different and, like you said, are definitely more corporate, but I feel like they made it work inside of Lucha. Like, this is such a smart decision for them.
Yeah.
I love it. There wasn't anything I didn't like about this episode.
Yeah.
Straight up. Even, like, Hernandez came back. I'm not a fan of Hernandez.
Yeah, but he immediately got his arm broken.
Exactly.
So,
fucking bad bitch.
But Marty also got his arm broken. So the end of Aztec Warfare was Marty versus Penta, which was strange, but also... Awesome. Yeah. Because, like, I mean, we've talked on this podcast before. We weirdly love Marty the Moth, who has a weird fucking stalker character, but we still love him. IRL... Hot as hell. He does
so hot.
Not look hot on TV, and holy hell, he's hot in real life.
Oh my god. Like, we saw him at a live event where we literally couldn't stop staring at him. We weren't even watching the match because we were like, hot. He's across from us and he's hot.
So stupid. But it was really interesting to have him who, like, Marty the Moth over the past 3 seasons has really proven himself to be
absolutely.
Not only great at the character work, but an excellent wrestler. Like, think
Yes.
about the match between him and Killshot. Like, very good. And
he and the Mac had a fucking great series, too. Mm-hmm.
So having him be the last one is, like, unexpected, but also you know that he'll put on a good match with Penta. Obviously, Penta goes over and wins, which is smart, because if you're trying to bring in new people to watch this for the first time, they show up, Aztec Warfare, let's introduce all these people, watch how the crowd reacts to them, but then have your champ win, and it's also the first time
that it's been defended in an Aztec Warfare successfully, which is a big deal. Yeah. And like,
because Phoenix lost it against Bill, I think, the first season.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, and like, I like, too, that it shows how much they trust Marty, too, to put him up there, like, and to put him over. Because it's never been successfully defended in Aztec Warfare, it feels like a real possibility that Marty might win at any moment, which I would have been fine with. Like,
truly.
He has proven himself to a point
Weird
where...
stalker that we're okay with.
Right? Like, how does this work? I don't know, but I'm so here for it.
Overall, what an excellent way to start the new season.
Absolutely.
We got to see a lot of the characters we love. We didn't obviously get to see all of them. Like, we didn't see Taya. We did not talk about Ricky Mundo and his weird doll.
What the fuck is with this crypt doll? It's creepy. It is maybe the creepiest doll I've ever seen.
And he was, like, talking to it, but he was still, like, doing
he, like,
the
couldn't
Mundo
look away
gimmick.
from it, though.
But he was still, like, doing the Mundo gimmick. And then, like, he started to turn on Johnny
Yes.
by direction of the doll,
Yes.
which is, like, a huge deal. Ricky turning on fucking Johnny, that's a huge deal.
He changed his last name to Mundo legally.
And
that's
also,
a big deal.
Looks exactly like, dresses like him, all of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm hoping he gets, like, a total character rework. I'm way into that.
Yeah, I'm into that too. Especially...
PJ Black leave Lucha? Isn't he?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, he didn't? Okay.
I think Angelico did.
Yes.
And
Puma, obviously.
Jack Evans.
Oh,
did
Jack
too.
Evans did. That
Jack
makes
Evans
sense.
did. But I think he's there for part of the season. But Angelico did.
Okay.
And Jack Evans did. And obviously Puma.
Mm-hmm. Well, it would make sense if Jack Evans left, too. I was thinking this for PJ Black, but it's also true for Jack Evans that if part of the underground is gone, repackaging Ricky makes a lot of sense. Like, we can split up the underground in a way that it was functional and it worked very well the last couple seasons, but now they're their own characters in a way that if they do split up this faction, it's not bad. It won't be detrimental to any of them. Especially if he's got some creepy doll character.
Yeah.
Like, he's obviously gonna have to revamp his look if he's no longer Mini Johnny, and so I'm excited to see what this doll makes him look like.
The creepiest doll.
Honestly.
It's like a blue doll with like one eyeball.
Yeah, it
looks like a doll.
Creepy.
It looks like it's painted like skin after it's been asphyxiated and drowned.
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting. It's
not good.
Super, super creepy.
Also, shout out to the very funny spot with Vinny and the pizza.
Yes, Vinny did a great job. That was super fucking funny.
Matt Stryker can keep his fucking Pizzagate comments, but Matt Stryker can keep most of his comments.
God. It was just this like one moment where I was like, bro, now. Let's not.
But it's just like, Stryker gonna strike.
Yeah, true.
Stryker gonna
You're
strike.
Right. You're right.
Overall, very good. I'm glad that we decided to watch these live. We may go long recording, but like, fucking worth it.
Absolutely worth it. Ugh, so
worth
good.
it.
Worth it.
Let's talk about some other things that were worth it this weekend.
Okay.
Let's talk about New Japan.
Fuck yes, New Japan!
Full disclosure, I only watched Jericho Naito and Omega Okada.
That's fine.
So I don't watch a lot of ROH and I don't watch a lot of New Japan. I obviously know who everybody is and like the general storylines, this, that, and the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
This time when I was watching it, God, I'm so weird. Whenever I talk about anything that I like, I just start to tear up. And I'm about to talk about
seriously about to cry.
I'm about to talk about my thirst and my eyes are tearing up. It's not even like my emotional capacity. I'm like literally about to talk about like
these men are so beautiful.
Yes, kind of.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I am all in on Okada.
Oh my god. He's been a phenomenal champion, and I'm really, really glad that New Japan put the fucking weight behind him and gave him this record.
I've watched him before and always liked him, but this time there's something different, and I was like,
There's something about a champion who can be defeated that, like, as an unbeatable force, Okada's great, but he's also very funny and like a really like versatile wrestler who's not just serious champ, and I'm excited to see him do more of that post this amazing run.
Just the like guttural like sounds he was making.
Those
and
faces.
Like
he pulls great face.
Both Omega and Okada are incredible wrestlers, obviously.
Sure.
But I think part of being in a 2 out of 3 falls match is the ability to sell.
Yes.
And ability to sell, like, being tired. Obviously, they were tired. They wrestled for more than, like, a fucking hour.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, after the second fall, it seemed like they were going to wrap it up really quickly and do that, like, have Omega win right away, like, sneak attack, whatever. And I really appreciate that they teased that, but they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And that it ended in a way like we talk about the Macho Steamboat match, where it was just, like, literally so exhausted, barely able to wrestle. Like, it is so believable that you couldn't kick out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is truly believable that in this moment you couldn't kick out.
Absolutely.
You have nothing left. You've literally laid it all out on the floor.
And I love that there's, like, 5 minutes after the match ends where they're just laying on the ground together. Like, yes, I will never understand why other companies don't do what New Japan does, where the young boys come in and put ice on you and clean you up. And, you probably hurt like balls because you just had this crazy ass match. Like, it makes it seem more real. It seems like a real sport.
There was a moment, and I think it was after the second fall, where they were both exhausted, and they were both, like, leaning on the bottom rope together, and they were, like, almost like they were cuddling, but also, like, they were still fighting, but they had, like, nothing left. So they were, like, both leaning against the rope, like, all their weight, but also, like, kind of, like, pushing each other.
Yes.
And, like, fighting, but also it was, like, a weird respect and loving moment, but also, like, a continuation of the fight, and I was like, I want a screenshot of this.
Yes.
I want a screenshot of, like, these men literally putting everything on the line. And I think the thing that I really liked about this match in particular, like, it wasn't the fastest match. It wasn't the most, like, insane spots I've ever seen, all that stuff. But with every single move that these men did, there was drive and intent and ferocity behind it.
Absolutely. And I love, too, that inside of their counters of each other, it never felt like, sometimes in WWE when you get a lot of counters back and forth, it feels very choreographed.
Right, it feels like a dance.
Yes, which is not bad.
No,
like,
no.
I don't mind that, and especially, like, within the cruiserweights, I like that choreographed dance. I think that it can be very compelling, but with Omega and Okada, it felt like I'm literally doing every fucking thing I possibly can, and so it had that, like, gritty realness to it. Like, there was a moment where Kenny hit Okada with a move where Okada was leaning up against the ropes and Kenny hit him with some kind of, like, drop maneuver, where normally someone would land on their back and just stand up, and Kenny, like, fell out of the move and, like, rolled over, and most people would be like, ugh, that was a botch, this person botched it. It did not feel like a botch because it felt very visceral. Like, I just hit him as hard as I fucking could, and this is what my body did afterwards. It just felt so appropriate.
Well, I mean, the amount of times that Okada hit Omega with a Rainmaker and couldn't follow up on it.
Yeah, couldn't even pin him at all. It was just like,
I like that. Like, Omega got hit with, like, a million Rainmakers.
I also love that Omega apparently is the only person in New Japan who's like, I can duck. Like, he ducked several Rainmakers, which is not a thing, like, anybody else does ever. Like, literally all you gotta do is bend
I know
your
how
knee,
to duck.
right? Like, all I gotta do is bend over. I'm very good at it.
That's really funny. So, Omega won, which is a big deal. This is his
Huge
first champion reign, right? Like, it's the first time he's gotten this belt?
As the major belt
Yes.
holder, I mean, Okada held it for 722
right,
days.
for forever.
Forever. He is the longest reign of New Japan history, which is
But also has held it
bananas.
several times, right?
Yes. Now,
Deserving. He's beautiful and wonderful.
Absolutely. Also was, like, young as fuck when they first put the belt on him,
I love
too.
him.
I do, too. And he's so good. Like, he never needs to hold that belt ever again. Like, he should, obviously, because he's great. But, like, his run this time was so fucking good that, like, that's it. He's a greatest of all time, just from this run.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we've talked about this before, but him and Naito have a similar quality that I'm drawn to in the, like, I don't give a fuck quality. Naito's obviously, I don't give a fuck is, like, very aggressive, and he, like, throws belts and is like, I am, like,
it's a show of how much I don't give a fuck.
It's a show of how much I don't give a fuck.
But I actually give a lot of fucks.
Yeah, it's like, this is maybe a bad analogy, but it's like a new money versus old money. Whereas, like, Naito's like, I'm showing you how much I don't care. I don't give a fuck. And, like, look at me. I'm throwing this belt. Like, ugh, look at my suits. And Okada just rolls in and is like, I'm here. You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. Exactly.
But it's, like, a quality that I'm really drawn to because it's, like, this ultimate display of, like, confidence and, like, prowess, and I love it from both of them.
Yep, I totally agree. We should talk about the moment at the very end when...
Oh, with the Bucks? And Ibushi?
First of all, I was extremely hungover when I watched this, and so I got to
When
the
are you
end.
not?
I mean, true. I get to the end, and I was like, my body was weeping. I was like crying, but nothing was coming out of my face because I was so dehydrated because I was so hungover that I like literally couldn't cry. But I was like shaking on the couch, and Michael was like, "Are you okay?" Like, no, it's just really beautiful. He won on 6'9" in 69 minutes during Pride Month. Nice.
Nice.
And like he has a Ibushi with him, and it's like, it's so beautiful to see them there. And
I can't believe that you were like, nice. The idea of you crying and just saying, nice.
And like Young Bucks, I hadn't watched the Young Bucks match, and they come out, and I was like, oh, I guess they won their match. I'm so glad they're heavyweights now.
Yeah, because I only watch these two matches because I just don't have the time.
Yep, they're officially the heavyweight champs now. I think
Well,
it was their
all of
first
fucking-
fight for it too.
Like, I feel like Bullet Club, especially the Elite, is getting swole as fuck.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Swole AF.
AJ Styles left, and they were like, "Time for us to do some steroids, motherfucker." They are not, but that's what it feels like. Cause they were like, "Time to swole up, big swole, little swole."
Big Swole, Little Swole are the best. And
Yes.
deserve respect.
Absolutely, that was a good thing. Why would you think that I meant it in a bad way?
Okay. Like, they deserve respect.
Yeah, I know.
Look, Big Swole about to get married.
I know.
I'm really excited for Big Swole.
I know. I love Big Swole. But I loved it. I thought it was a beautiful moment where they come together, and I love that Kenny, as a babyface, speaks in Japanese. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, the like very emotional thing with him and Kota Ibushi was like, what have you lost? Everything.
I love it so much.
The drama of their like segments.
I like too that he's like, I have my best friends here, and I have Coda, who is something more to me and completes me in a way. Like, it's so beautiful. And then Cody, shitty little boy Rhodes, comes out, or Cody, just shitty little boy, no last name, comes out and just stares like, I see that you have chosen, and then just storms away. Like, it's perfect. I love it. I love this story that they're telling.
Bullet Club is fine.
Bullet Club is fine. Everything's fine.
Tamatong hat. That's all
Also,
we need to know.
I love that in the press conference, they're like, we're so happy for you, Kenny. We're gonna unveil our love to you. And it's all just a fucking t-shirt commercial. They have a new Golden Elite shirt that's the Golden Lovers and the Elite. And like, really, we did all of this.
That money.
We did all of this emotional storyline so you could just carny all of us. Like, this is all this is. Like, respect, yo.
But they probably like sold out that shirt already.
1000% did. Absolutely. Like, absolutely they did that.
So we were talking about how for like a New Japan match, at least like my experience in New Japan, and obviously you've watched a lot more, but like the Jericho Naito was actually pretty short.
Mm-hmm. Bell to bell, it was actually short.
Well, bell to bell, yeah, because there was like a bunch of time before the bell even rung where Jericho was just like beating the hell out of
Which
Naito.
was great. It was, and it's like, that's how this storyline has been
got
built.
Blood all over his white suit.
I know. I loved that.
Good visual.
So good. How dare you take his title and handed him a dry cleaning bill? How dare!
How dare!
Ugh.
I just appreciated this match. I didn't think it was like the best match I've ever seen, obviously. Like, it wasn't meant to be that. But it really defined these men and these characters that they're playing. Mm-hmm. But also the English commentary, I thought, did a really good job putting over
the Japanese commentary. So,
I watched the English commentary, and Don Callis and the Ring of Honor guy. Whatever, I don't know. Leave me alone. I watch a lot of wrestling. I don't need to know everybody's names.
Fair.
Leave me the fuck alone. The Ring of Honor guy, the champion with the glasses. We all know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Not Ian Riccaboni, who I weirdly know his name.
It's not Kevin Kelly, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, sure.
They kept putting over how this was like a side of Jericho that like everyone knew was always there, but like hardly ever got out, and how like it was so unique that this was like what Naito brought out of him. And I thought that they actually did a really good job selling that, because I'm sure a lot of people, especially the English commentary, were just watching without like any lead up, because they were like, oh, Dominion, oh, Jericho, or whatever.
Yeah.
Reddit. I don't know.
Yes. Nailed it.
So I thought they did a really good job selling that. And frankly, I like a storytelling. It's very basic, but I like a storytelling where somebody's beating the shit out of somebody and then they ask for the bell to be rung and then that person doesn't give up and then it ends up in a match.
Yeah.
Like, it's not shocking when that person loses, but it also, I like the rally and the fight back. Like, Naito took it to Jericho a lot.
Yeah. And I really like, too, that for Jericho's second match in New Japan, like his first one was with Kenny, that's a great match and I really enjoyed it. But you can see in that match that Jericho has been wrestling in WWE for 2 decades. Like, he has a very heavy WWE ring style, and this was a departure from that. And so, in a lot of ways, it was a lot of fun to see Jericho taking the skills that he's used for 20 years and really applying them in this, like you were saying, this character we knew was always there, but never got a chance to see because he was working inside of WWE. So, like, this especially I really liked. I liked that it broke the mold of how we normally see Jericho wrestle.
Yeah. Well, and also so much makeup.
And so much makeup. I loved it. I love that he came out with the weird black fedora and then was like reveal.
It was such like a Jericho dad rock moment that, like, I still loved it.
I love it. And I like that
I would have hated it if it was anybody but Jericho, to be honest.
And I like, too, that, like, we didn't get the light up jacket this time. He's like, nah, I'm a bad guy.
I'm a baddie.
I have a funny little hat. I've got
Lucha baddie.
Strange clown makeup. Fuck you, Bushi. I'm taking your palette and I'm using it. I will not pay for it, but I will take it. Thank you very much. And
she's out here being like, I look better
beautiful.
in lipstick. He's like, you can wear black lipstick if you want. I still have this face.
Right? I wear a mask and everyone can tell I'm beautiful. Like, yes, you are. Yes, Bushi.
Unlike Rey Mysterio, where you're like, keep the mask on forever.
Yeah.
Do you think his wife is like, can you put the mask on?
I hope so.
Can you put the mask on? Look, I made you this mask out of this paper bag. It has glitter on it. Can you put it on? It's a gift.
I made you this mask out of this paper bag.
Rey Mysterio looks fucking weird without a mask.
It's very weird. I agree.
Bushi's hot. Naito rules. Jericho and Omega have belts now. 'Twas a great night for Winnipeg.
Right? Also, I really like at the very beginning in the intro package where Jericho, as a heel, says, I'm going to win this belt and I'm going to take it back to America where it belongs. He's Canadian, but because he's a bad guy, it's America. And I think that's a really nice, like, touch for him to be like, I'm a bad guy. Everyone loves Canada.
Well, Justin Trudeau deserves to, like, burn in hell is what we learned this week. So.
I mean, Justin Trudeau's been fake woke for a long time.
No, I'm just joking because, like, Trump's people were like,
oh, I see what you're saying.
He should burn in hell.
I'm
Justin
talking
Trudeau,
specifically about...
for sure, more problematic than you think he is.
Oh, absolutely. Just because the man wears fucking rainbow socks to Pride 2 years ago doesn't mean bullshit. He still treats Indigenous people of Canada like dirt.
Also is bad about, like, the environment.
Yeah, and also, like, is selectively cool with, like, Muslim people treating women like shit. Like, okay,
but
Trudeau,
also probably doesn't...
we see ya, scammer.
Doesn't deserve to burn in hell, and is still a better prime minister and president than Trump will ever be.
Oh, 1,000%. I totally forgot about all that bullshit. I just immediately forget it. That's the news fatigue of living in America. I'm like, that's it? There was no war this time? I don't need to remember this.
I'm still alive, so.
Right? This doesn't directly threaten Chicago? I don't need to worry about this right now.
Not in this moment.
God.
See you tomorrow.
Right?
Yeah, I obviously, like, frankly, I wish I had more time to watch New Japan, but considering how much we already watch, like, it's hard. But, like, I am glad that I tune in for special events like this because they're absolutely worth it. And if you also feel that way, like, I don't have time for other wrestling, New Japan is good to just jump into sometimes. They do a good job of setting things up. And honestly, a lot of times, like, the people that, especially in the main events, like, their in-ring psychology is so good that you don't even really need to know the backstory because it comes through the match.
Absolutely. When I knew going into it that Kenny won, but I had forgotten that it was a 2 out of 3 false match, and so I knew Kenny won, but then Omega gets the first pin, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? I was so confused, and they were like, the next match will start in 2 minutes, and I was like, oh, I should have paid better attention to this intro video, but even, like, having been abruptly taken out of the moment in that moment, I still was, like, so invested in it.
Right.
Like, oh, I got it. I figured it out. Just took me a second. Was only confused for a second.
It just took me one moment.
I was literally so confused. Like, I'm hungover. Did I misread this?
I'm dying. Hold on. So I assume you...
Fire Festival promoter arrested again.
So I assume you did not watch Impact Wrestling.
No, I did not. I did not.
Are
have
you
time.
ever going to watch it?
Yes, I keep forgetting to set it on my DVR. I need to do that again. I should just set it on my phone and not on my home computer. That way I can just watch it at work.
I don't get YouTube TV yet.
It's the best. I will
get it someday, but I feel like I need to wait till Lucha Underground is over so we can watch it live.
Yeah, that's true. The fact that there's not El Rey is a big deterrent. I understand that.
But there is Pap.
That's true.
Pap. Okay, so Impact Wrestling this week was disjointed. It's very clear that they're coming to the end of their tapings. They're going to do or they did do new tapings. So there was a lot of filler. Like there was a throwback match from RVD and Tommy Dreamer.
What?
Right. There's a video package about Su Yung and Allie, and Su Yung is the new champ, but not really anything new. Though at the end, Sue was surrounded by fire, so perhaps she did set Allie on fire.
All right.
So hopefully we'll get more from that. There was a Skype video with Austin Aries and Josh Matthews where Austin Aries was just talking about being the champ, and they were like, well, who do you want to be the number one contender? Because next week, so tomorrow, Eli Drake and Moose are in a match for the number one contender, and then whoever wins that match faces Austin Aries at Slammiversary. And Austin Aries was basically like, well, I beat Eli Drake a bunch, and Moose hasn't really done anything, so this is kind of a win-win for me.
Fair.
But it was kind of weird because he was just it was a literal Skype interview. It was kind of bizarre. Strange. There was a match between Z and E versus Drago and Aerostar, and it was actually a really good match. And I had this thought while I was watching it. I was like, if this was a different company and it was edited a different way, this match would be a barn burner.
Oh,
if this match had happened in the temple, it would have been edited in such a way with different context that people would be flipping out. There were some really cool moments, and I really like how Aerostar and Drago elevate Everett and DJZ. Drago is older than everybody. Drago's in his late 40s.
I think he may be in his
He's not. I looked it up.
Oh, okay.
I looked it up. He's in his 40s, but Aerostar and DJZ are in their 30s, and Andrew Everett's in his 20s, but Aerostar and DJZ are not that different in age. But Aerostar feels older. Maybe it's just because we've watched Lucha and he's
and he wears a mask.
Millions of years old.
Yeah.
But I think that the, at least gravitas and idea of their, what is the word I'm looking for? Experience against Everett and DJZ really elevated DJZ and Everett and their championship reign. They retained their belts. They looked really strong. And it was actually a really fun match. It was the opening match, and it was edited in a way that was just seemed like another match, but it was actually really, really good.
That's cool.
There was a good video package talking about Madison Rayne and her, why she came back, and how she didn't want to get in the ring, but after beating Tessa, she's glad that she did, because she's I think I might have one more Knockouts championship run in me. And it was actually edited really well.
This is such a good way to tell this story with her,
really
too.
It really is.
Because up till, literally up till this run, we both have said, I'm bored. I'm bored with her. I don't really care about this.
But I'm reinvested in Madison.
Yeah, I think it's really smart. And I'm it's not what has normally happened in the last couple years with Impact, that you're excited about the way that they've built a story, but
sure.
they've done a great job with this.
They really, really have.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then it went in straight from that video package with Madison. It went straight into an interview, backstage interview with Tessa. And Tessa was the girl that was interviewing them. I'm sorry, I don't remember her name. The blonde girl. She was like, so Tessa, off your loss from Madison, Tessa was like, did I lose? She literally was like, did I lose? In life, there are winners and there are losers. Winners know who they are and they go make things happen. Losers come back to live it nostalgically through other people.
Fucking yes.
So good.
Yes.
And then Kiera Hogan came up and was like, hi, Tessa. I'm not here to say sorry for your first loss on Impact. I'm not here to remind you about your loss. And then Kiera kind of started to go on this thing, and Tessa just stopped what she was doing and punched Kiera straight in the face.
Perfect!
And she was like, you're not here to say what? You're not here to say what? And then beat her up, threw her over something, but then Kiera got in a couple licks, and then they were separated by security, but then Tessa just beat the shit out of Kiera. And
awesome.
Tessa just angrily walked away I don't need this shit.
Perfect. I love it. I love the way that they're building her.
I'm fucking Tasha Blanchard. I don't need this shit.
I love it. So good.
Nostalgic losers living through me. It was such a good way to spin it.
I love it.
It was really good. Eli Drake had a segment where he named he brought back Fact of Life.
Yes.
And he named his top 5 dummies. They are in this order. Number 5, the Impact Wrestling fans.
Yes.
Not
wrong.
Not wrong. Number 4, Austin Aries.
Fair. Also not wrong.
Number 3, Impact Management.
Again, not wrong.
Number 2, the Impact Wrestling fans. Again.
I was not expecting that.
And number 1, Moose, which makes sense because they're gonna fight or whatever.
And also Moose is dumb.
And also Moose is dumb. Moose comes out, gets in his face, but then Eli blindsides him, beats him up. Then later in the episode, Moose is in like a segment backstage and is like, Eli really messed up because I was gonna beat him, but now I'm gonna make him hurt or whatever.
That's fine.
Whatever, Moose.
I like Moose. I'm just like, what is happening
I like
here?
Moose a lot when I see him live, but I just like doesn't resonate with me on
Yeah,
Impact.
he's one of those people that like live, it really clicks. It
Really
really
clicks.
clicks. But on TV, it just...
He's fine. I'm
yeah,
happy
it's
he's
fine.
here. I'm
I don't
happy
think he's
getting
bad.
work.
Yeah. I agree. I'm super happy he's getting work. And it's
weird
not
on
with
TV
Ring of
that
Honor.
You, like, can't really tell that he's coated in tattoos. Maybe that has something to do with, like, Impact's, like, quality of cameras. But, like, in real life, you're like,
Well, even
whoa,
when he was
head
on
to toe.
Ring of Honor, it was the same way. It was very difficult to tell how tatted up he is. But, like, maybe that's part of it. When you see him in person, it's like, you get that visual coding of, like, you're a badass.
Yeah,
You're
maybe
a
that's
super
true.
badass.
That's a good point. Also, so this is this is important. I don't read Impact spoilers. Sometimes I do find them out, but like I don't like spoilers. Like I like to watch Impact and be surprised, and I like to watch a Lucha and be surprised. Could I ruin everything for myself? Sure, I would prefer not to. I don't read NXT spoilers. Like if I see them, it's fine, but like I don't go out of my way for them.
Right.
So remember last week when I was like, I think Petey Williams is suicide. I think Petey Williams is suicide, and you know who else thinks Petey Williams is suicide? Sanjay Dutt.
Yes.
Because Sanjay was taken out last week, and they showed like this like camera angle like sneaking up on this argument, and Sanjay and Petey were fighting, and Sanjay was like, "Why were you there at that moment? What were you doing there?" And Petey was like, "I don't need this from you. I was there to help you. What do you do? I don't need this from you." And Sanjay's like, "I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm asking you a question." And Petey's like, "I'm gonna leave. I'm going home. I'm going home."
Oh yeah, he's suicide.
He's totally suicide.
He's gotta be. Cool.
Which is exciting.
Good. Oh, that's good. I like that.
I hope that I'm right, because
I hope so too.
That is more exciting.
And that's an interesting choice.
It is.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
LAX had a segment in their like weird clubhouse where they like play cards or whatever. But so it was the 2 guys in LAX, but Diamante's back.
Oh.
And Diamante rolls up and she's like, "Hey guys, like, did you miss me?" And they're like, "Oh my God, we're so glad to see you, blah, blah, blah." And she's like, "So what's happening with K-Dog? Like, where's the money? Like, where's their shit? Like, what's going on?" And they're like, "Oh, no, it's fine. Like, King's here. King's gonna help us figure it out. Like, he brought us money and stuff." And she was like, "That's kind of convenient, right? Like, K-Dog's gone. Homicide's gone. Like,
all right,
all of our money's gone." And King rolls up and is like fixing everything. And they're like, no, it's fine." And she's like, "Cool." And then Eddie Kingston walks in and is like, "Oh, hey, baby girl, what's up?" And she's like,
"Don't call me that."
She doesn't say that, but he calls her like sweetheart and like my girl and stuff. And the whole time she's like, "I'm gonna kill you."
Good. What a good follow-up to
I'm
that.
gonna kill you.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, it actually made it work a lot better. But the 2 guys are like, "No, Diamante, King, we're all friends." And like, they like pound out with King like for K-Dog, because they have a match with the Cult of Lee to like, because they've been getting their ass kicked. They're trying to like reestablish their dominance or whatever. And then there's a moment where those 2 guys have left and it's Diamante, King, and King is like, "For K-Dog." And she's like, "Yeah, for Conan." And like pounds him and walks away, and he's, "That's my girl." That is good storytelling. Like,
yeah.
For somebody who has complained a lot about like the machismo stuff and the misogyny and stuff, like to bring Diamante back and also have Diamante call King out on some stuff, like,
yeah,
that's interesting and also kind of exciting.
Yeah, I agree. I like that a lot.
Then they kicked Cult of Lee's ass.
I mean,
handedly.
Yeah.
But what we're here for, we gotta go to the woods.
Everything's gonna be fine. I'm gonna take Sammy Callahan to the woods. I'm gonna murder him.
I'm gonna murder him in the woods. So there's a segment where Eddie's in a car with, I don't know, the cameraman, I guess, and he's like just swearing a bunch. He's like, "Where the fuck is Sammy? Well, I'm gonna fucking murder him." Like, it's just like bleep, 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 bleep. And then he parks the car outside of the woods, looks at the camera and says, "No matter what happens, you keep filming. If I disappear, if I get hurt, if I murder Sammy, keep filming." And the guy's like, I assume that's what he's like because he's like behind the camera. I just assume that's what he's like.
Shifty eyes.
So Eddie comes out with like a stick and is like, Sammy, Sammy. Then the blonde Chris comes out. Jake?
Sure. Is he
Pretty sure the blonde one is Jake.
Tattoo?
No, I think Dave's the one with the
Yeah.
Jack Skellington
Yes,
tattoo.
correct. That's right.
So Eddie walks out and then you hear everything from like the woods. And he's like, oh, you brought those guys too? I don't care. I'll kill everyone. Eddie did a great job in this segment in a way that like could have been ridiculous. And maybe in some shots were, but like it sold it for me.
It sounds like he committed super hard.
He could, in the same way with like the final deletion and stuff, like
Yes.
everyone in the segment committed hard and it pays off.
Cool.
And I was thinking about this because this whole segment really worked for me. Not just because the build up, but like, I think the reason that WWE can't do this stuff and why the Woken universe, fuck that, why the broken universe doesn't work at WWE is because WWE can't, A, be self-aware like that,
Yeah.
but also has proven itself for years to be this like multi-million-dollar machine where every move and every word and everything is calculated to a T, that something spontaneous and weird like this feels out of place.
Right.
So like in Impact Wrestling where like a Skype interview hardly works, it makes sense that two guys would randomly be like, oh, we're gonna go fucking murder each other in the woods. And
Yeah.
Impact Wrestling would be like, we don't know how to control this. I guess you have to do that.
Yeah.
It has that raw edge that WWE will never have at this point.
Right, exactly.
And that's why it works. So he takes out Jake Christ by like strangling him with
Okay.
a stick
Perfect.
until he can't move. And then he's looking around for somebody else. And then Dave Christ pops out of a trunk with that weird, creepy OVE video camera. And Eddie handedly like beats him up, but then shoves him in the trunk, but with his like back exposed and just slams the trunk on him. So effectively like severing his spine and killing him, I guess. I don't know.
So like Bella in the Witch Elm style, just like shoved him in a tree, or like a closed trunk?
no, like, so the trunk was open from a car.
Oh,
Like
of
the
a car.
trunk, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like the trunk of a
No,
tree.
no. The trunk of
Which
the
would
car.
have been awesome.
Well, he shoved the trees are used a lot.
Okay.
Mostly in the Sammy segment. But like, Dave crawls out of a car trunk
Oh,
to try
okay.
and surprise Eddie.
I mean, that's
But
also very creepy.
very, very creepy. But then Eddie like turns it around on him, throws him in the trunk, and like slams the trunk on his back,
Okay.
effectively knocking him out and or killing him by ruining his spine. I'm not sure who is alive at this point, to be honest.
They're all dead.
Then Sammy comes out. They start fighting Sammy's with a baseball bat. Eddie with like a stick, which is not a kendo stick. It's just like a big stick.
I love, like, what a pro wrestling sentence. Sammy has a baseball bat, and Eddie's got a stick.
A big old stick.
A big old stick.
It's just got that big ass stick. But then they do like kind of sword fighting, essentially. But then they throw like dirt in each other's faces and it gets really like
All right.
visceral. Eddie throws Sammy into like a tree. They lose both the bats. Eddie disappears, but then jumps out of nowhere and he can't get hit with a bat. It's very like a real fight. It looks
Cool.
like a real fight where nobody has the upper hand and everything's going to shit.
Yeah.
Then eventually Sammy finds like a cow skull and like almost impales Eddie onto a tree, but just like ends up like hitting both sides of him and almost like sticking him to the tree. Eddie gets the upper hand, pushes him over, hits him, and then Eddie finds like a horn. It looks like it's not attached to this cow skull, but it looks like a horn, and it's not quite clear, but starts like driving it into Sammy's face.
Ah!
And Sammy's like pushed against a tree. And Eddie is just like, Eddie has like a face that like, if you saw a screenshot out of context, looks hilarious. Like, he's
Yeah.
just like, his eyes are big and he's like, ha 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 ha. But like in the moment, it's like actually kind of terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like
Yeah.
digging it into Sammy's head. And it looks like it's the forehead, but like in a wider shot, it looks like it went into his eye, which makes sense storyline wise
Yeah.
because like Sammy broke
Fucked his
Eddie's eye.
Yeah.
And Sammy the whole time is yelling, why, Eddie? Why? Why? And then Eddie goes...
Because you hit me with a baseball bat, you
Right.
dumb bitch.
And Eddie stops and then goes to grab, like, the stick and is like... He says, I swear to God, he goes, all right, Sammy, time to die.
Everything about this story is perfect. I fucking love it.
Literally. And so, like, cavalier and casual. Like, after, like, digging this horn into Sammy's eye while Sammy's yelling, like, why? He just picks up his stick and is like, all right, Sammy, time to die. But then Tommy Dreamer drives up in his car, and Tommy and Alicia get out, and they're like, Eddie, stop! What are you doing? It's over. And Eddie's like, it's not over. And they start yelling, and then Eddie turns around, and Sammy's gone. And Eddie loses it. He's like, he's gone, he's gone, he's gone. Oh my God, you ruined everything. You ruined everything. And Alicia's like, if you loved me, you would stop. What are you doing? It's over. I don't need this. And Tommy's like, it's over, and starts talking really quiet.
Tommy Dreamer,
and
having
Eddie,
a fucking renaissance. I
right?
swear to God.
And Eddie starts to calm down, but then gets mad and is like, it's not over, you ruined everything, and hits fucking Tommy with a stick. And Alicia's like, and Eddie's like, and it's just like blackout on the woods. It's honestly, this whole segment lasted like 10 minutes and it was insane.
Oh my God. I love that, like, pro wrestling is a soap opera. That's like a part of it, that's like the way that
For
it's,
sure.
the way that it's designed. But like, Impact Wrestling is, oh my God. I can't remember what it used to be called. It's been canceled for a super long time, but there was
Passions?
Yes! Yes! Impact is the passions of wrestling. Absolutely. I was like, there were ghost pirates.
It's not
like
the mainstream. It's not Young and the Restless. It's not like whatever. But Impact is for sure passions. The people who
Absolutely.
love passions. People who love Young and the Restless are like, passions.
Why
That
would you
shit's
ever watch that
trash.
garbage?
But people are like, no, you don't get it.
I used to watch Passions. That was the
Passions.
only soap opera I watched
Impact
as a kid.
is the passions of wrestling.
Absolutely. 100%.
That's amazing.
We need ghost pirates. We need dolls that come to life. These things basically already exist in this universe. We need people trapped in a cave indefinitely. I'm into it.
Passions.
I'm so glad you knew exactly what I was talking about.
I understand Impact on a deep emotional level.
Perfect. It's perfect.
Like, overall, it was not that great of an episode. Like I said, there was a lot of filler, a lot of recaps, a lot of Don Callis and Josh Matthews talking. But, like, if the payoff is Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan in the woods, like,
okay,
the
Sammy,
payoff is worth it.
Time to die.
Okay, Sammy, time to die.
I would cavalierly say that to
It
people.
was so, like, casual.
Okay, Kathy, time to die.
It was too casual.
I love it. Perfect.
Did you watch NXT?
I don't remember. Yes.
To be honest, here's a little backstage, like, information. My computer, which is a PC, decided to turn off and do updates right now. So, like, we're flying in the dark without notes right now.
Oh, absolutely.
I know I watched NXT because I wrote the recap for Cage Side. So I know I watched it. Here are the things I remember.
I can't remember.
Velveteen Dream and Ricochet had a video package where
God.
Ricochet brought up the fact that Velveteen Dream lost on what's on Tough Enough, and it shot to Dream, and Dream goes, Dream has no memory of that.
Fucking perfect.
was
Such a
so
perfect
good.
response.
It was
like,
so good. Dream has no memory of that.
the Dream has no memory of that.
so
So
good.
good. So fucking good. What a perfect way to deal with that, too. Like, no,
For sure.
The Dream has no memory of that.
I've ascended beyond Tough
I
Enough.
fucking love it. Heels and Heels were talking about this last week too, and they were like, I just want to start saying that to everything, and I agree.
Oh,
Anytime
for
anything
sure.
happens that
if
I'm
you
like,
need the gift, I asked for it from the internet, and the internet replied.
perfect.
I
I
have
love
the
it.
gift.
Yes, please send it to me. I fucking love
The
it.
Dream has no memory of that.
I want to just say that at work. Like, the Dream has no memory of that. Erin, I thought you were going to get these reports done. The Dream has no memory of that.
I love that. I'm trying to look up my
good.
recap.
Oh, so good.
NXT recap.
I love too that I almost called him Prince Puma. Ricochet keeps like that's his internet taunt. He just keeps posting Patrick photos, and he already had that kind of back and forth with Aleister Black, but Aleister doesn't tease in the same way that Ricochet
For
is
sure.
doing right now. And it's perfect. It's like, we've already established that he's the Dream, but everyone knows that he's Patrick Clark, and so it's nice to have this new guy come in and be like, nah, I'm still gonna push you on the fact that it's really weird that you're now this totally different character. Like, I don't care, I must say something. And Dream's like, the Dream doesn't care.
And and he's also like, oh really? Prince Puma.
I love it. You get to be king, I get to be prince.
To be the prince.
You don't get
Which
to be both.
Which also works on 2 levels.
I know, I love it.
So good. Remember when we hated him?
I know, but I mean, honestly, if you look at the way that he was Velveteen Dream when he first premiered this character and what this character is now, they're completely different. They're completely different characters. And the fact that he could grow that much in a year is astounding. It, like, John Cena's right. He's the one. He's the one that they're gonna pin this company on. And the fact that it's gonna be this fucking gay-ass character is amazing! Like,
gay-ass black character.
Absolutely. 100%. And, like, the fact that NXT is so clearly pushing this is really, really good news and a great fucking sign. I'm so here for it.
How did Shayna get the belt back?
That is a great question.
She walks out and has the belt and delivers this promo, which people may push back on me, but I thought Shayna did a good job with this promo.
She has been getting better and better.
And also, when she faltered when Nikki was in the ring, and that was the point.
Yeah.
So when people were like, she started really strong, but then she got kind of like lost in the weeds.
Literally. The point.
Literally the point.
Exactly.
But was there a backstage segment where they gave her the belt back? Because last I checked, Nikki had the belt.
Nikki thought she was the champion at the end of the last episode. Maybe
should have been.
Dakota just came back and was like, Nikki. Nikki. Dakota!
I'm tougher, I'm stronger, I'm better, and the strong will always beat the weak. But there's always got to be one person in the group that thinks the law doesn't apply to them. And then Nikki was like, hi, I'm that person.
The law doesn't apply to me.
Shayna fundamentally not understanding how to deal with Nikki is really good. Because Shayna, honestly, anybody else on the roster coming out to step to Shayna would be like, what are you going to do? It's Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
But Nikki, fucking literal wild card.
Agent of Chaos. Absolutely.
Agent of Chaos.
Absolutely.
It was so good. The fact that, like, Shayna was like, I'm gonna, like, beat your ass or, like, make you tap out or whatever she said, and then she threw the mic at Nikki. Nikki just stood there and then picked it up and just went, do it, Shayna, please, do it, and was just, like, yelling at her in, like, the most sexual way.
I know, I love it.
NX gay.
Hard NX gay. I'm so here for it. Also, just a heads up, if we post stuff about how NXT is gay on our podcast Twitter and you want to quote tweet it and be an asshole about it, I'm gonna block you. I've already done that once to somebody and I will.
Really? Somebody did that?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even get a chance to see it.
Oh,
Erin
no.
blocked it before I could
Oh
even
no,
see
I got
it.
it and was like, bitch, what you saying? I don't fucking
Also,
think
all the
so.
people that were like, yeah, duh, remember Tyler Breeze? Tyler Breeze is not gay.
Yeah, Tyler's not gay. The fact that you were coding him as gay because he's feminine, not good. They're not the same. It's not the same thing. He and Fandango aren't gay together. They're just hot. That's it. That's all it is.
Sometimes Tyler likes dressing up in women's clothing, and that doesn't inherently make you gay.
Yeah, absolutely. If anything, he's a crossdresser, and a lot of crossdressers are straight. Like, truly not a gay thing. That's cross-dressing and drag, different.
Very different.
Very fucking different. So, like, yeah, don't lump Tyler in with that. He's his own special brand. It's a very different thing.
How dare.
How dare.
This was just really good.
I
this
love
segment with Nikki, and I'm, like, I don't think this will be match of the night, obviously, because, like, Shane is very green and whatever, but I think that this will be a really fun match.
Absolutely.
The 2 matches I'm looking forward to most are, obviously, Ricochet Dream.
Yes.
Abby. But also, Nikki and Shayna, and the fact that we're going to get to see it live is very exciting.
Yes, I'm very excited about it.
There was a video package where Lars Sullivan just killed a bunch of people at the Performance Center, but the best part about this video is in the background, you can see TM61 walk into the Performance Center, literally do like a double take to each other, look at the ring, look at each other, and then exit while Lars is like murdering this poor boy in the ring. That was the best part. And honestly, that speaks a lot to how boring Lars is as a character.
Oh, absolutely.
If my favorite part of the whole video
background
package
work
was a background work from TM61.
Who are wonderful.
Who are wonderful and deserve accolades, but like, we got a problem, buddy.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
We got a problem.
Uh-huh.
I was more invested in the little man that you were trying to kill in the ring, whose name and anything I don't know.
Don't know anything about this person.
Than you, Lars.
Yeah.
Alistair had like a whole video package where he vowed to make Lars like
blackout
your
or
actions
whatever.
Do not determine my reality or whatever.
He's the best.
Whatever.
He's the best. I'm excited to see him. I've never seen him wrestle live before. I'm very excited about that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, weird.
I've never been at a takeover. I know, this is my first takeover.
It's just gonna be fun.
Oh yes.
It's gonna be really fun.
Oh yes.
You know what's also gonna be fun is my dad doesn't watch NXT, and I think he's gonna have a really good time.
Good.
Or he'll hate it. I don't know, one of the two.
Nah, I think
my dad has a lot of like very broad opinions.
Mm.
Like my dad is very excited for Ronda Naya. But then he, like, also really likes Ember Moon and stuff, so I think, and really likes the Iconics. Like, my dad doesn't know how to phrase it in a way that's, like, maybe socially acceptable, but my dad, like, loves the women's wrestling. Like, I got him, like, a Becky Lynch shirt for Christmas, and he was, like, really excited. Yeah. So I think he'll really enjoy it, but it was just funny that he was like...
Honestly, Ronda's gonna win the goddamn belt, and I would rather someone in our group be excited about it. Like, it will be nice that your dad is going to be happy.
For my dad.
I'm going to be excited for your dad that he's really happy about it. Because I'm going to be piss miserable when she wins. But I'm glad your dad will be happy.
Yeah. Roderick Strong and Danny Burch had a match. It was really good, but it was just like a continuation of this feud, right?
I mean, we're just building up to them having a tag defense.
Right. And then the rest of Undisputed Era came out. Oni Lorcan and Pete Dunne came out. And there was a lot of fun moments, but it was like fun segment, but nothing new.
Right.
Kyrie and Lacey Evans had a match. I'm going to be controversial right now. I'm going to lean back.
Ooh.
Bored as fuck with Kyrie Sane, and I'm over it.
I totally get it. I understand why people feel that way. I don't understand what the fuck they're doing with her. Like, she seems to have no real character anymore.
Lacey Evans, I was, like, kind of on board, and then she took her gloves off real weird. And I was like, well, I'm done.
Yeah.
Who pulls from the middle?
Someone who's never done burlesque.
No, a normal person who's never done burlesque will pull from the end, from the wrist part, and flip it inside out the weird way.
That's true.
A burlesque dancer pulls from the fingers.
Uh-huh.
An insane maniac pulls from the middle. I can't.
Of all the things about Lacey Evans, like, this is it! This is the line!
This is the line!
You gotta step too far this time, Evans!
Look, this match was fine. I got some pushback on this article, and everyone was like, no, this match was great, and Lacey Evans writing Kyrie's name on her hand that she does the women's right with. I'm sorry, I'm not going to get out behind a pseudo-feminist wrestler character that's also kind of racist and uses a women's right. Like, a pseudo-feminist character who is a heel is, like, not going to be my thing.
No.
Do I think that she's gotten better as a wrestler? Yeah. But also, I'm not going to have fun in this match because Kyrie does the same 4 moves over and over again. I'm fucking bored, and I don't care. I don't fucking care anymore.
It's what they did.
Bring in EO because, like, I'm over it.
It's the same kind of shit that they were doing with Alexa for a while, where they're like, oh, you're a good guy, so your moveset has now been extremely limited. It's what they do with Bayley, where they, like, strip her down to a couple of moves. Like, the Roman Reigns model does not work with these women because they're exceptional wrestlers, and that's why people love them. Like, you need to let these women fucking wrestle. And if they don't, then yeah, they become stagnant and stale. Like, I love Kairi Sane, but seeing her walk the plank every match does nothing for me anymore. I want that to be a moment that's exciting.
It's spear, walk the plank, elbow.
Yeah, and like
boring.
And those are all beautiful, wonderful moves.
She executes them well, but they're predictable and it's boring.
Exactly. Like, if you don't let her fit these in a way that's unpredictable, it's just gonna be same note match every single time, and, like, I don't need that. I don't, like, it's exactly how I feel about Becky, where, like, I love her and I love watching her wrestle, but they never let her goddamn wrestle anymore, and so it's hard to get invested in what she's doing, and I feel that way about Kairi Sane as well.
Yeah, I would agree. TM61 beat some jobbers, but then they had a promo afterwards where they renamed themselves the Mighty? Maybe?
That's fine.
Unclear.
They
called themselves the Mighty.
I mean, they do need a new name. I like TM61. I think it's a cool tag team name.
The Mighty.
People don't remember it. And people forget it, and they, like, can't even make the connection that it's literally the letters from their names. Like, that's not good. That means that they need a new name. And especially because they were out for so fucking long. Like, repackage them. Move, like, they were TM61 baby faces. Now they are the Mighty Heels, and I'm into that. I think
the Mighty Heels.
I think it's a good choice for them.
Yeah. They are great, and they've been doing a great job. Their promo was basically like, remember how many times we've won? We deserve a number 1 contendership.
Absolutely.
We literally don't care who it's against because they will kneel before the Mighty.
Love it. Fucking love it.
And lastly, there was a really fun segment where EC3 interrupted Cassius Ohno during a hilariously awkward photo shoot, asking, are you trying to break the camera? But Ohno had no time for EC3's nonsense, and he had my favorite line of the night where he was like, If you keep talking to me in this manner, you'll be 1% away from being 99% unconscious.
I did skip this segment, so I'm glad that happened.
You shouldn't have, because it was excellent.
That's so funny. I love both of these guys. It was just one of those, like, time management. Can't watch it.
No, for sure. I mean, they had a match tonight. Spoiler. EC3 won.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Cassius Ohno does not get to win, so.
But also, EC3 should win.
Oh, I totally agree.
NX Gay, but secondarily NX3.
NX Gay with, like, a 3 score next to it.
Gay to the third power.
Yeah! Hell yeah!
Super gay.
It gets exponentially gayer every time.
Every time you tune in, it's gayer. Every time you turn in, it's gayer. Okay, before we do Money in the Bank predictions, just overall feelings of Raw and SmackDown, because I don't have my notes, I don't have the breakdown.
Yeah.
But we're going to do predictions anyways. Oh, and also, obviously, for NXT TakeOver predictions, go to Cage Side Seats. We'll post it on our feed as well, but we're doing predictions with the boys.
With the boys?
I'm one of the boys now.
I'm not. I'm still zany sidekick. Like, hey, Erin, come do this thing haphazardly. I'm like, sure, guys! I'd love to!
Well, I mean, to be fair, in the past, it was also haphazardly for me, but now I'm just in the group chat.
Yeah.
So I see things as they're unfolding.
Yeah, Sean sent us a message, was like, hi, Erin, sorry, you're not in this. I forgot to tell you. I was like, yeah.
You're
it's
like,
cool.
I was planning on it.
I don't care. You could have told me Thursday afternoon, and I still would have been like, sure!
Validate me!
Validate me!
Overall thoughts for Raw and SmackDown.
Here's something I really liked about Raw. The women got, like, fucking half the time this week, which felt appropriate and didn't feel ham-handed. It was awesome. It was nice to see the women get... And you know what? You know what also happened this week? Fucking ratings went up. Because you know what happens? Women's segments drive ratings up. It's been categorically true for months now, and it looks like WWE has finally acknowledged it.
Also, random people standing on ladders drives segments up. And also Kevin Owens yelling at Bobby Roode drives ratings up. That was my favorite part of the whole... I'm going to be like that asshole that's like, we're a women's wrestling podcast, and I'm like, my favorite moment was when Kevin yelled at Bobby.
I mean, it was great.
Yes, Bobby Roode, that is what I am talking about.
Also, women's wrestling, I'm going to talk about the men. I fucking loved during the match at the end of Raw with the 4-way when Bobby and Finn held the ladder for Kevin. Finn was so encouraging. You can do it, Kevin. You can do it, Kevin. Come on, Kevin. You can do it. Until he did the frog splash off of it. Like, damn, Finn, you're a great babyface. Like, your character work is always fucking good. And especially in this moment of, like, that buildup of Kevin, like, frantically trying to get everyone to go against Braun, and then Braun coming up and be like, hey, I have an idea. You guys should all face me. And Kevin's like, hold that!
Not only are you big and tall, but you are stealing my ideas.
I love it. I fucking love it.
Okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot right now.
Yes, I'm ready.
If you have to name your top 5 favorite WWE main roster superstars right now, male or female, who would it be? Go. It doesn't have to be in order, but it has to be top 5.
Okay, Asuka.
1.
Kevin Owens.
2.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
3.
Finn Balor. He would be a better heel, but for a babyface, like, he does phenomenal work inside of WWE. That's part of why he's up there. I'm so torn. My instinct is Sami Zayn, but I'm so irritated about everything that's been happening with him. That
they dredged out a whole obstacle course for
that was
nothing.
nuts.
And you know what? I'm gonna say these segments with Sami and Lashley are trash, but Sami is doing a really good job.
I know, that's part of why I'm like, I love that you commit so hard to this,
He's
but
doing
also
a really
like,
good job.
Oh
He's
my
like,
god.
Tour of the obstacle course. In any other context, or maybe with any other person, or like maybe on a different show, I don't know, would be good. Like, he's doing a good job.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he's been given shit and is doing a good job, and then Lashley walks out and is like, I'm gonna kick your butt.
Yeah. So, other than Sami, I'll put Sami in his honorable mention, because they fuck him over so much that I like can't. Yeah, poor Sami. Forever. Then, number 5, the Iconics, just as a group, I think, probably, because their character work is so strong. Also, honorable mention right now, fucking Ember Moon. Crushing it.
Well, except for when they start Raw, when she's not fully on a ladder, and she's, like, struggling pretty hardcore.
But then she gets up there and is like, whatever, y'all.
Also, then she tries to kill Sasha Banks.
Yes! And I, like, love her
Did you see
interactions
that
with
photo?
them. No, what photo?
Oh my god. There is a photo. If anybody ever asks you, why do you love pro wrestling? You show them this photo. It is wrestling fucking distilled. Like, the passion, the drive, the, like, fury. Like, it is wrestling distilled. And it is beautiful.
Oh, yes. I love it. Ember looks insane. Sasha is crying.
Ember is, like, fighting with every ounce of her being out of the stakes
so good.
Sasha is desperate for the win. Like, it is.
Oh, that's so good. I love that.
It's
Oh, that's
amazing.
real good.
Right?
Yeah, I like that a lot.
It's like wrestling distilled in a photo.
Yeah, so it's like 7, but like ish. That's about what I'm at. So what are yours? Top 5. Go.
New Day.
Obviously.
Forever,
Oh,
forever.
yeah, see, that's hard because like New Day's up there too.
Pancakes in a briefcase.
Oh my god.
2 men in 1 shirt. They weren't even there. They were at, like, the fucking video game conference, and they pre-recorded a segment with them jumping around in 1 t-shirt.
I love them so much.
And Miz dropping on his knees and saying, New Day!
Oh, so good. See, that's hard too. Like, I love the Miz. I fucking love the New Day. Like, I don't know if I have a top 5 because I think there are too many people.
I think mine is New Day, Naomi. I feel like I can never get rid of them because I genuinely love them. I think Naomi's really funny
she's
this week.
Crushing it
Her
too.
being like, oh, Becky, you know what I'm thinking? Yup. Or Becky saying, you know what I'm thinking? And Naomi being yup. And also, like, the amount, her, like, in the past couple weeks, the, like, splashes out of the ring she's been doing have been great.
So good.
Also, like, not that this is important at all, but Naomi looked really pretty on Tuesday. And she walked out and I was like, damn, Naomi, you look beautiful.
Well, I think part of it is that it's nice that they let her clearly have more direction over the way that she looks as opposed to like Vince going, this is what I think you should look like. After years and years of that where she's like, bitch, I know what my face looks like. I can do my own goddamn shit.
I'd say New Day, Naomi, Miz.
Yes.
Those are 3 that I can't get rid of. I would say Drew too. Drew is stuck with Dolph, but I think Drew is doing a good job.
For what he's been given, I think he's doing a very good job.
I think he's doing a good job.
I want him to kick Dolph in the face so
coming.
bad.
It's coming. But he, like, straight murdered the Fashion Police, and he did most of the work. Dolph got the pin, but he did most of the work.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just love him so much. I can't, like, not. Like, that's hard because my top 5 is always going to have those 4.
Yeah.
But then I think it's got to be Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin consistently delivers. The Iconics, honorable mention because they, like, deliver, but they, like, haven't necessarily done too much in-ring lately, but, like, they're great.
They're such a driving force character-wise that's part of why they make my top 5.
No,
but, like,
for sure.
Yeah. No, I totally get it.
But it's hard because,
See,
like,
there's too many people!
But, like, New Day consistently delivers. Kevin consistently delivers.
Absolutely.
Miz consistently delivers. Naomi consistently delivers.
Absolutely.
Like, it's almost a good thing that my top 5 doesn't move that much because my favorites
No,
are,
I think
like,
that's great.
kicking ass all the time.
And I feel like Kevin, Finn, Shinsuke, Asuka are, like, they've been a staple in my top 5 for a long time,
Shinsuke's
too.
doing a great job. His match with Jeff was delightful because Jeff simultaneously looked, like, super young. Like, yeah, I'm doing this really good match
He
with
looks
this guy.
happy to be
but
wrestling.
But then also, like, looked like kind of an old guard, but in, like, a good way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And their match was really fun. SmackDown this week, Raw was Raw, right?
Yeah.
Raw had ups and downs. There were some fun moments. Baron shaving his head.
Oh my god, I fucking
Notable.
forgot. I gasped. Not an exaggeration. That's not an internet hyperbole. I literally went, oh my god! It was just me alone in my apartment, too, so it was just me freaking out about Baron Corbin.
I cheered. I was like, yeah!
I saw a bunch of people be like, oh, he should have had a hair versus hair match, and blah, blah, blah.
Fuck
No,
that.
it's way better that he's the
That
constable.
reveal?
That he comes out and he's like, guess what, motherfuckers? I'm the constable. I've got a bald-ass head. I'm in a suit. Respect my ass. I'm like, I do. I don't know how
Honestly,
you're
Baron,
attractive now, but you kind of are.
All in on Baron the Constable Corbin.
Fucking me too, man. I'm
He
so
barely
glad.
did shit on Monday, and I'm still
glad.
all in.
Oh, I'm so glad. Because, like, he came up to the main roster and I got on board pretty fast. I hated him in NXT, but, like, has consistently...
Yeah, you've been, like, fighting in his corner for a
Yeah,
while.
I've been in this corner for a minute and I feel like he's consistently gotten better, but man, and, like, I didn't like that he won Money in the Bank last year. I thought it was a garbage choice, but I also thought it was a garbage choice to have him lose Money in the Bank. Like, that made no sense. So to now give him this opportunity to really show his shit, and he immediately looks good and looks at, like, already his character is better. It's the best character work we've seen him do yet, because he has purpose, he looks good, like, I'm so into it. I love him and Kurt as these, like, good guy, bad guy, bald figures. I'm so into it. I think that they're a very good match for each other.
So Raw had some high points, right?
Yeah.
Baron and everybody on the ladder was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That women's four-way I thought was
they
really
did
strong.
a great job.
Really
yeah.
good. I also really thought that Bayley and Ruby was
I thought
really
they
good.
had a really good match, too. I agree.
I thought their backstage segment where they were, like, cutting ties and throwing shit was, like, both simultaneously very stupid, but also fun.
I love that that's their thing. They're just like, yeah, we're chaos, not in a sanity way, but chaos in a, like, we're just disrespectful
We're just
assholes.
dicks.
Yeah, like, we're just dicks. And we don't have any women like that. And so I like that. It sets
The
them
Riot
apart.
Squad, specifically Ruby Riot, delivers. That was a really good match.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I thought Bayley was going to win it. And then, like, when she didn't, like,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, shit.
But,
But they, like, marked her up and whatever.
I loved that. I thought that was really good. I love the idea of Ruby just traveling around with this black lipstick. Like, yeah, bitch, I'm gonna mark your ass up. Like, absolutely. You should. You
This
should
is
absolutely
Wet
do
and
that.
Wild. I don't pay more than $2 for a lipstick.
I
Get outta
ordered
here.
this shit by the case.
By the case. So those are overall thoughts. Let's call Money in the Bank.
All right, let's do it.
This is in no order, so nobody get their panties in a bench. Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Ember Moon, Alexa Bliss, Natalya. Sidebar, Alexa Bliss just screaming into the microphone was a highlight for me.
So funny.
Also her being like, dressing down the boys and being like, what is this, the Real Housewives of WWE? Get your shit together.
Yes, absolutely.
That was great.
I also love that as like a wink and a nod of like, I used to be a total, or I am on Total Divas. Like,
Also, Alexa getting her own entrance when nobody else gets their
So-
entrance was
she
funny.
exited so that she could have her own
That
entrance.
was
hilarious.
And then all of commentary was like, that's what somebody who knows what they want does.
I love it. I think it's so funny.
So Ember Moon, Alexa Bliss, Natalya, Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Lana, Naomi.
I hope Ember
Early
wins.
odds say that it comes from the Red brand.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Raw.
I think it is going to be Ember or Natty.
I really hope it's not Natty. Natty's the most
If
boring
Ronda
choice.
wins, it's Natty.
You think so?
Yeah, that's a setup. That's a no contest feud.
So that Natty can lose the briefcase?
Because they have a built-in feud. Because, like, they're friends or whatever.
I feel like what's really gonna happen is that a woman from Raw is gonna win the briefcase, and they're just gonna hold it until Ronda drops the belt. There's no reason to even fight Ronda. We all know she's leaving to have a fucking baby, so why even cash it in on her ass? Who cares?
Okay, see who you think it's going to be and who you hope it's going to be.
Okay,
I hope it's Becky. Because she fucking deserves
I
it.
hope it's Becky too. I think it's gonna be Ember. They're really hot on Ember, and I feel like Ember could use the briefcase.
I think it's going to be Natty. I believe all the rumors.
Ugh, I really fucking hope not.
I
What a
like Natty.
boring choice.
She sold that knee injury very well.
I mean, she's been doing a great job, but she's a better heel than she is a
She
face.
also had like a really sweet moment on Total Bellas when she was like standing with Nikki and she was like, I'm like really nervous for you. Like, you know how like when we wrestle, I always protect your neck. Like, are you going to be okay? And like had such a just like sweet mom Natty moment that it was like, I was like, Natty.
Yeah. I just, if they're gonna go from someone from Red Brand, I just don't want it to be Natty. It felt weird when Natty won the
I don't
belt.
want it to be Alexa.
I don't want
If
it to be
I had-
she doesn't need it.
Alexa would be literally my bottom. I would rather have Lana win than Alexa.
I think
Lana,
I might, too.
no accent.
I fucking told you that was happening. I come back from my honeymoon. I'm like, what the hell's going on with Lana's
I
accent?
didn't hear it.
And everybody's like, what do you mean, Erin? And I'm like,
It was
bitch is losing her
inconsistent.
accent.
And then one day she just shows up in a Russian shirt with no accent.
Neither of them have been Russian for a minute. Let's get real.
Well, he's been Bulgarian.
for several years.
And she has consistently been Russian.
But she doesn't have the Russian entrance music anymore. So, like, she's not actually
I'm just
Russian.
saying, her shirt is the Russian flag.
I know. I enjoyed the poll that you threw up about her not having an accent.
Yeah. Do you like it? I'm confused. She's wearing a Russian flag.
Yeah, I'd be happy with Lana winning it over, honestly, over Natty, too. I just think that Natty's a boring choice. Like, why pick someone for your brand new fucking women's briefcase that is gonna be a throwaway? Like, just give it to SmackDown then. If you're just gonna use it as a throwaway for Ronda being strong, don't do it.
Yeah.
You fucked the briefcase up the first time to the point that you had to have a second ladder match so a man didn't win. why give it to someone who you're going to immediately lose? If they keep touting this, 16 out of 19 people have cashed in and won. Like, okay, great. Awesome. Are you going to turn it into a woman loses right away? Because that's bad business. It's bad business to do that shit. So if they're going to do that, I hope they give it to fucking
but like
Becky.
they don't understand business. Or
Also,
how much
like,
they say best for business.
Yeah, true. Also, like, I'm happy with Carmella keeping the belt, even if it does mean that she wins against Asuka. But if Asuka wins and Becky wins the briefcase, what a great setup for a match.
That's true.
That would be fucking awesome. Even, like, anyone with the briefcase versus Carmella is also a great idea.
Because she also was the first, like, briefcase holder.
Exactly. And so I feel like you can build a lot of interesting stories with it. That even if you have Alexa win the briefcase, like, whatever. It would be a boring choice, but she's strong enough on the mic that she could be a horrible shitbag heel for an entire year. She could wait out Ronda with a briefcase and it wouldn't feel weird. It would just be...
So could
she
heel
would be,
Sasha, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Sasha could do that. But I also feel like Sasha versus Ronda is a weird setup, and I don't want to sacrifice Sasha to Ronda, even if I think Sasha has been boring lately. Not boring enough to lose to fucking Ronda. Well,
I think
only
Sasha
because
has
of
been doing a good job lately,
given the
her,
shit
like,
that she's been
mid-card.
given.
But
Yeah,
I think considering her mid-card position right now, she's been doing a really good
yes,
job.
I would agree with that.
I can't, like, her interactions with Ruby have been really good. Her fucking stuff with Ember has been really good, which gives me, like, a lot of excitement at home.
Yeah, I just feel like part of it is that they can't commit to Bayley in any kind of way. And so what felt like, oh, I'm so glad they're taking the time to draw this feud out, has just turned into, oh,
Backfired.
You don't give a fuck about Bayley at all.
Oh, shit.
That fucking comment that she posted to the Revival's photo
was
sad. It was sad.
Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Braun Strowman, Bobby Roode, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, The Miz, Rusev, Samoa Joe, and a TBD member of the New Day.
I don't know, man. I'm really not sure. I feel like if a woman from Raw wins...
It's gotta be SmackDown, right?
Yeah, it's gotta be SmackDown.
Which is how the Rumble was. It was women from Raw.
Yeah.
Men's is from
There's
SmackDown.
also been some rumors that it's gonna be both from Raw, which seems weird. I hope that they don't do that. I mean, I guess there's more time on Raw. That's like the only real justification for it.
I want it to be the random member of New Day, Abs.
Obviously, absolutely, I want that.
But like,
I don't even care which one it is.
Right, I don't care at all. Looking at the contenders, like, for the men specifically, a heel is ideal.
Yeah.
Smile at my rhyme. A heel is ideal.
LOL.
So if we're gonna go Raw, I would say Kevin Owens, but if we're gonna go SmackDown, I would say The Miz. I know The Miz has already had it, but, like, you need somebody who can... The thing about Money in the Bank is it's successful when you can have somebody who can fucking talk circles around people.
Yeah.
What's Rusev gonna do?
That's the thing, is I feel like...
Rusev. That's the saddest part about Lana losing her accent, is the way she says Rusev.
Yeah. I feel like part of it is that the function of Money in the Bank is not supposed to be you're already a big star and you can already do this thing. It's supposed to be, we're giving you a chance to show us that you deserve this title picture, and it's really at its best, it should be used to elevate people.
Yeah, but most of the people,
I mean, look what it did for Carmella.
I agree, but most of the people in the men's match, I would agree, are stars. I would disagree and say are stars.
Yeah, that's true. Although New Day would be the exception to that, where they, like, that could elevate them into singles competition in a way that they don't really have the opportunity for.
I want it to be Xavier Woods so much.
So do I. I
have a feeling it's going to be Big E, but I want it to be
Big E too,
Xavier
which I'm, like,
Woods.
fine with. I think
yeah, I'm literally
both
fine
of those...
with all New Day. Like,
yeah.
Would it be slightly disappointed if it was Kofi? Yeah, because he's gotten the chance to do it many times. But is Kofi endlessly entertaining to watch wrestle?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But do I love Xavier Woods?
See, yeah. And I feel like Rusev is the kind of person that could really use a Money in the Bank as an elevation. I also feel like Rusev is the perfect sweet spot of heel and good guy, where Shinsuke beats AJ and then Rusev immediately cashes in and is just like, guess what, we're done with this. I feel like he could Dean Ambrose it. Like, he could win and immediately...
Ambrose, you
mean? Oh my god. I mean, best case scenario, Jeans Ambrose comes out, takes someone out, wins the fucking briefcase, and just wins. That would be my absolute best case scenario. I know he's not coming back till SummerSlam. I'm very sad about it.
cool for the summer.
I've been like hard missing Dean Ambrose lately.
Me too, actually.
I really miss Dean Ambrose. I like want that crazy trash raccoon back, like really bad.
I'm drunk.
Good. Yeah, I feel like New Day.
I'm calling New Day because it's where my heart belongs.
And again, I feel like they could use the elevation with the briefcase in a way that other people do not need. Kevin would also be a good one to have him immediately cash in. I could totally see him doing something like that, but
KO,
then that's
Forevo.
But it's red brand, so that means that he then has Brock's not even there. Like so if someone
Brock is trash. Oh, that's the thing we didn't talk about. Brock beat the 435 days.
We all knew that's why he was holding that title as long as he was, so he could erase Punk's record. That's it. They created this belt, realized Brock could hold it forever, beat the record, and that's exactly what he did. It's bullshit.
And that's exactly what he did.
I'm like so fucking ready for him to drop this belt. There's no reason for him to keep it anymore at all. Also, I like how in these like 730 days he's had 10 fucking defenses. Not 700, that's not right. That's Okada's number.
435.
Yeah.
Was Monday, so 430.
37, yeah. 437 days he's had. It's funny that he's had 437 days as champion and 10 defenses since there's a 30-day defense rule, and that's not how fucking
rules
math
are
works.
made to be broken, bitch.
Ugh. So more than anything, that makes me like drop this goddamn belt. I'm fucking done with this. Also, again,
let's take Brock Lesnar to the woods and murder him.
Absolutely. Guess what, Brock? Time to die.
Oh my god, I'm too drunk for that. Time to die.
All right, so we're going either New Day or Rusev would be my second choice for that one, especially because I feel like it's going to be Blue Brand. Fine. Also, you know what? Finn would be Finn would be a good winner for the briefcase because I think he does need something to elevate him.
Is he in that match? I'm drunk.
I almost just dropped my microphone.
You guys, I just don't care about Finn, so I stopped thinking about him.
The worst. Anyway.
He's so boring.
Whatever. Just because you don't have love for the amphibians. You can't help it.
There are so many men with abs and access to baby oil.
Listen, big gay Finn can be as beautiful and gay as he wants, okay?
AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura in a last man standing match.
I think Shinsuke's gonna win.
Must be a winner. I think Shinsuke's gonna win for 2 reasons. 1, he should.
You are drunk. 1, he should.
2, AJ Styles hasn't wrestled on a show or in a house show in weeks, and there are small time rumors that he is injured.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
Also,
it's time.
The Taint of the King never have an interview with, do you remember that one time that I wrestled Andy Kaufman? Oh, you asked one question in a segment that lasts less than 5 minutes, and you managed to bring up Andy Kaufman? Go home.
Yeah, exactly.
We're in Tennessee, bring out the king. Fuck that guy.
Fuck that. Yeah, it feels time. Shinsuke's such a good heel.
It does feel time.
See, that's the thing though. If Shinsuke wins the title, he's a heel on the blue brand. It's not necessary for a heel to win the I almost called it the belt. That's not right. And then I almost called it the box, which is also not right.
The big box.
The big ugly green box. So that's
kind of a box.
So I feel like Rusev would be appropriate in that context to face heel Shinsuke as well.
That's a good idea.
So I could see that. And I could see a face member of New Day facing Shinsuke. Oh my god, Xavier Woods versus Shinsuke. I would die?
Isn't it fun? It's kind of a blessing that AJ has been injured, maybe, or whatever. Because we've gotten to see, instead of seeing AJ versus Shinsuke a million times, we've gotten to see Shinsuke versus Ty Dillinger and Shinsuke versus Jeff Hardy, and it's been really fun.
Yeah, I agree. And it makes it feel like it's a big deal when the champ wrestles. The champ doesn't need to wrestle every fucking week.
But does need to wrestle every 30 days at least once.
Oh, yeah. He needs to defend the belt and be... That's the thing. AJ's present. He's there. They're still doing things. He's still on the programming every week, even though he's not wrestling, which is a stark difference from Brock, who just straight doesn't show up for 60 days.
Just straight doesn't show up for 60 days.
He's out in his barn murdering birds. That's all,
He's out murdering people in the woods.
No, not even that.
Time
just
to
stomping
die.
animals because he's a terrible piece of dirt. He's a fucking ham sculpture. That's all that he is.
Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax for the Raw Women's Championship. If you had asked me before Monday, I would have said Ronda for sure. But it is also weird that they basically did the match that everybody thought that they were going to do, a quick squash match with the arm on Monday.
It is weird that Ronda...
Which makes me feel like there is a possibility that Nia is going to win.
I feel like there's a possibility to it. I do not think that Nia is going to win by pinning or submitting Ronda. If Nia wins, it will be by shenanigans.
Agreed. Or like a count out or something.
Yeah.
But I know we have a lot to say about Ronda, that Ronda, Nia, Coach, everyone talking. It was like, everyone, please stop talking.
Oh my God.
We're all doing a bad job.
Coach gets worse every week.
I just can't. Also, if Tom Phillips is dunking on you.
Right?
Reevaluate your life.
Come on. I like the way that Corey and Tom and Byron bicker with each other because it's about wrestling. Ultimately, at the end of their bickering.
Michael Cole and Corey Graves are like, you're still here?
Yeah.
It's like they're actively trying to get him fired.
It really feels like it. And honestly, Corey and Coach just straight bickering about pop culture. I can't fucking deal with it anymore.
I did see after all that Coach was doing a Periscope. Did I watch it? No, because I don't hate myself.
No.
But I assume, and I allege, I don't know, that he was going on there to be like, I made a mistake. I was making a joke about Jay-Z and John Mayer. And
no, you weren't,
blah,
bitch.
blah,
you weren't
blah,
paying
blah.
attention.
It's like, you're bad at your job, and you have to, if you have to go on Periscope afterwards to explain why you're not bad at your job, then you're like,
you're bad at your
really
job.
bad at your job.
Yeah, it's like shocking.
Shocking. Anyways, I'm gonna say Nia Jax.
All right.
I think that Ronda did terrible at talking, but that like her and Nia like fighting over the armbar was actually pretty entertaining.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Carmella versus Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I need to remind you.
I don't know.
That Charlotte beat Asuka and Carmella beat Charlotte
twice. 2 times.
Ew, Renee. I don't want you on my Instagram.
God, she's good. She's so fucking good.
I don't know why, but it is endlessly funny to me when people, specifically women, or people who are feminine, are like, ew. The word ew, but in that like, ew. Or like as an exclamation, like, ew, get away. The word ew is endlessly hilarious to me.
It's very good. It's such a good punctuation of a moment. Ew.
Oh. Ew, I don't want you on my Instagram.
Honestly, all it makes me
or like
think
when
of
the Bellas are like, or Brie will say something, or Nikki will say something, and the other one will just go, ew. But not elaborate at all.
It reminds me so much of, this is old internet culture, the shoes video.
Oh my god, shows.
Oh my god, shows. But in the like opening skits
You're not
that they do,
even wearing them.
Like, borrow that top. You're not even wearing it. But that's what it makes me think of, the way that he goes, ew.
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 I don't know. They can't all retain.
Yeah, that's like, my instinct is that Asuka is gonna win. If Ronda wins, then this one ends by shenanigans.
What if all the belts just disappear?
Fucking Thanos style, he just snaps his fingers and they're all like, we don't feel so good, WWE, and then they just pixelate into the distance. I'm into that. That's basically what the Universal title has already done.
Just give it to Drew. He deserves it.
Which Drew?
My Drew.
Listen.
The one that's not
one
a
of those
pinata.
Drews had a pinata, okay?
The one that's not a pinata. Okay? Not a pinata. Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal.
Why are we even talking about this?
Because Sunil Singh deserves respect.
Randy Orton's watching this segment going, that's my thing! I beat up the Singh brothers! How dare!
Thank you so much for stealing my tweet.
I mean, you were right. Oh, jeez.
How is Roman the good guy here?
I don't know.
Literally in that whole segment, I was like, you're beating up a beautiful Singh brother, and you're a monster.
And, like, I get it. The swerve of him being a bad guy of, like, you're gonna fight me, even though you're fighting me on Sunday.
Everyone's
LOL,
a bad
no.
guy.
Yeah, like...
Except for the Singh brothers, who are perfect and beautiful.
Right. Beautiful Bollywood boys.
I love them.
Please bring the other Bollywood boy back as a
he's
Bollywood
injured.
boy. No, I mean, like, when he comes back.
And then he'll come back and be like, Sunil, remember?
Remember me? Forget the Maharaja!
The Maharaja is trash. And then he just dangles the earring and it's like, you know you want to.
You know you want this.
You know you want this.
Hello, hello.
I'm into that.
Right?
I just like genuinely and truly love the Singh brothers.
I do too. I think they're great. They're such good hype men. They're like J&J security in that I'm always happy they're there, even when the story is stupid. I'm still happy that they're there.
Bludgeon Brothers versus Gallows and Anderson.
Luke and his brother versus Luke and his brother.
My brother, and me.
My brother, my brother, my brother and me.
My brother! My brother with the abs and the hot Asian wife.
And my weird psycho brother.
Who was pregnant with her fourth boy. I'm going to tell you this right now.
So sorry.
If I got pregnant once and they were like, it's a boy, I would cry. If I got pregnant twice and they were like, it's another boy, I would drink. If I got pregnant 3 times.
Then you've got a fucked up alcohol boy. That's the worst case scenario.
If they told me it's another boy, I would take pills. And then if they told me a 4th time it's another boy, I would be like, literally rip it out of me.
Their kids are so cute, too.
Their kids are really
They're
cute.
so
but
cute.
Like, it is truly my nightmare to have male children.
I took a long lunch again today because that's my jam now, and I walked down to the Art Institute because I'm a member, because I'm very fancy. And as I'm walking in, I see this family in front of me, and that's what it was. It was a man and a woman who were holding hands, and they had 4 boys around them who were like a year apart from each other, basically. And I was like, this poor woman clearly wanted a girl and just kept trying, and by the end was like, no more. No fucking more. I cannot push another boy out of my vagina. I'm not doing this. And I was like, God, solidarity, girl. I'm so sorry. I come from a family of 4 girls. It's me and 3 sisters.
The dream.
It's not, though. It's awful. It sucks to grow up with 3 sisters because we're all assholes.
I literally want 0 male children. In a perfect world, I would have 1 male and 2 girls.
You want 1 male because you just want a gay boy.
I want 1 male so Nick will stop bothering me. So that he can't ever be like, let's try for another. I want to
just adopt.
I am such a proponent of adoption.
I know.
I would like to adopt 2 out of 3 children.
I love it. Perfect. Are there other matches on this card?
Yeah, I think so. I lost my phone. I'm pretty drunk. We didn't even say Bludgeon Brothers versus Luke and his brother versus Luke and his brother.
Luke and his brother.
Great. Seth Rollins versus Elias. IC champ.
Obviously Seth Rollins is gonna win this match, right? Like, there's no way that they're
Why
gonna
didn't Seth Rollins pick up the guitar and shred?
I don't know. I wish that
Wouldn't it have been better if he was looking at it like he was about to stomp it, and they picked it up, and he just was like, and like shredded
honestly,
super hard?
See, it would have been cool if he had shredded. I also submit it would have been cool if he had pulled a Braun Strowman and was like, I don't know how to play. Remember this one? Was this your gimmick, Elias? LOL, this is mine now. I'm fucking doing this. I did like the curb stomp to the guitar. I thought it was a fun moment between the two of them, but there could have been other things. I would have approved of, like, basically anything that they did between this. Also, they're having a great feud. I'm really enjoying this. I'm gonna really enjoy this match. I like both of them. If Elias won the Intercontinental belt, it would be fucking shocking, but I wouldn't be mad. Like, at all, honestly.
Like, at all. Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn. It's gonna be Bobby, but honestly, it's gonna be Bobby, and it deserves to be Sami because he has done all of the work.
All of the fucking work.
But it's obviously gonna be Bobby.
It has to be. After Sami accused him of stolen valor, like, there's no way he's gonna win. Like, he just can't.
Stolen valor.
That's a fucking serious-ass accusation.
It is a serious-ass accusation. But it's gonna be.
It's gonna be Bobby. At least it's no stakes. He doesn't lose anything.
Daniel Bryan versus Big Case.
Where
did they get that carnival sign? Honestly, I'm gonna say this right now, and you're gonna all laugh because you're like, she's drunk. But I mean this with the utmost sincerity. It is my goal as a wrestling journalist professional to interview a member of the WWE props department.
Fuck yeah! Absolutely!
In 1 week, you had to secure an entire obstacle course.
For real.
And a 7-foot tall carnival ride sign that was meticulously painted. And I know y'all didn't just come up with that. Where did you get it? Where did you source this carnival sign?
I'm so interested in how their prop department works. Like, they must have so little time to get this shit together. Do you have
a hookup on guitars?
They have to. They have to. I mean, they have a whole warehouse that makes their own mics. Like, they've got to have someone who makes that guitar.
What is happening? I want to know.
Oh, yeah, we should absolutely do that. Other people I would love to interview? People from the Glam Squad. I would love to interview someone from the Glam Squad. Like, how does this work?
Would you like to interview them and be like, what are you thinking?
Yes, absolutely. I would love to be like, please explain to me how much creative control you get and how much creative tells you have to do. I'm so curious.
Explain to me your love of the color red.
Did you get a, crate of red eyeliner in bulk? Because if so, I will understand. I just have to know.
Are you being paid by the red color industry?
Big Red is coming!
Okay, and finally, this is not on the card, but the B team did become top contenders to the Woken, Matt Hardy, and Bray Wyatt.
Ah, yes.
If it's on the pre-show,
then the Woken obviously are going to keep it.
And then also,
but they end their streak then, which is sad.
It's depressing, to be honest.
I guess the Woken could lose, technically. They could lose on a
because
DQ.
It blows. Get them out.
They could lose on a DQ.
Get out of here.
They could retain the belts, but the B team keeps their streak.
Put yourself to sleep.
God. Do we not have a U.S. title match?
No. Also, okay. Andrade Almas versus Sin Cara might be a pre-show, but Sin Cara is allegedly hurt. But if it was a pre-show, what would you guess?
Obviously, Ciena's going to win. And Zelina's going to hit Sin Cara with a sick-ass Hurricane Rana.
Zelina's Hurricane Ranas are done.
They're so good. They're so good. She is so good.
She rules. Other notable things that happen on 205 Live. There was a Drew Pinata. Brian Kendrick looked really good, but he did get pinned by Lindsay Dorado.
Also, Drew Gulak has been calling Lindsay Dorado Lindsay Dorito, which is fucking hilarious.
But also slightly racist.
No, it doesn't feel racist. It absolutely feels like I'm just disrespecting you, not because you're a luchador, but because I'm just disrespecting you. And Lindsay Dorito isn't a racist name to call someone. It's just a hilarious misinterpretation of a name.
Okay, I buy that.
Drew Boo forever.
Yeah. My Drew
Drew
Boo forever. Though Drew Gulak has been looking hot. Also, the thing that I appreciate, which sounds like I masturbate while
I appreciate Drew Boo as well. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you. That's a trademark, not your demographic word. Who's your appreciate of the week?
Oh my god. Yes. Fuck yes.
I was gonna say, I appreciate that Drew Gulak, I love his submissions because they're so slick, right? He does a move and then swoop, I'm in a submission, you don't know how to get out of it because you don't even know that you're in it because they just put it on you so, deftly.
He's so good. He's so good.
TJB had a segment where he was doing that phone camera thing, but I wanted to bring it up because I thought he did a really good job in this segment.
He's a really good heel. He's a very effective heel.
He is a cruiser great. He did a really good job. And soon he'll be a heavy great, and Drake Maverick will be sad.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, also notable this week was, Best Friend Day is every goddamn month, I swear. There's a different one. But there was, on this most recent of Best Friend Days, EC3 posted a bunch of photos of him and Drake.
They're adorable.
They're so adorable, but there's a really great photo of the two of them standing next to the WrestleMania sign, and neither of them had premiered yet. And
Friends forever.
It's it literally made me tear up. I saw this photo and was like, this is really beautiful that they really brought this struggling ass company up, TNA to Impact. They transitioned that company into something worth fucking watching, and then they get to be at this show of shows together. I love that. I love their friendship. I think it's wonderful.
They're truly beautiful.
They are truly beautiful.
In more ways than one.
Ooh, Apprecibate!
I've been surviving. Wink. We forgot to talk about that. People watching Impact get it, but I'm not going to talk about it. Leo Rush and EC3, I think, are roommates because they chill around the same pool while talking about how rich they are or whatever.
I mean, that makes sense. They're
and then,
we're cool.
Cesaro fought a jobber. Buddy Murphy got in Drake Maverick's face. And then the main event was Tony Nese versus Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali won. I was really sad. I actually really wanted Tony Nese to win. He was busting ass and looked really good, and I think he really deserved to win.
Controversial statement. I love Ali. I'm done with him in the title picture.
Yeah.
I'm really done with it. Like,
I
either
think the
give him
match
the
next
motherfucking belt or move on.
I think the match next week will be really good because it's Mustafa Ali versus Hideo Itami versus Buddy Murphy for kind of a number one contendership, and I think that will be really good. But Tony Nese really showed up and showed what he's capable of.
He's been
and was
showing
really
up for a whole goddamn
fucking
year.
good. And
Yeah.
I really want good things for Tony Nese.
Absolutely. And I feel
And
like
his 8 abs. His 8 children.
his wonderful, beautiful,
His beautiful
8 defined
family.
children. It's a lovely family
Beautiful
unit.
family of abs.
Yes, absolutely. And I totally agree. He's been working his ass off, and like, again, I love Ali and I love Cedric. I'm fucking done with them as the only people in the title picture. It's boring.
Yeah,
They're
because
baby faces.
yeah.
And I'm over it. I don't need that. Like, this is why the cruiserweights
Well, we're
need a
about to
secondary
watch-
belt.
We're about to watch Hideo Itami kill Mustafa Ali, so.
Yeah, I'm into that. I want Hideo to elevate. He's
Also,
fucking great.
Controversial statement, the Lantern Corps suck. And honestly, if he's gonna be the hope and the heart of fucking 205 Live and identify as like a Blue Lantern, I'm never gonna like him because the Lantern Corps suck. And you can come for me and you can be like, oh, but remember that one time in that one crossover and like the lanterns are cool. Green Lantern blows and so does the Blue Lantern. The only lantern worth talking about is Dexstar.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about the lanterns.
Dexstar is the only lantern worth it because he has a tragic backstory and his rage is justified.
Fine. I believe you.
He's an angry cat.
Of course you like him. Fucking of course
His
you like him.
backstory is maybe the most tragic backstory in all of comic books.
That's a hard title to win.
I will send you the short story and you will agree.
Okay, fine. Send me the short story.
I am tearing up.
You've done that at least 12 times!
Yeah, but this one is justified.
Oh, you're like
because-
full crying. We have to end this podcast.
This one is justified because Dexter's backstory is really sad.
Okay, we have to end this podcast immediately.
Any other thoughts about wrestling?
Oh,
Any
we
other
really
thoughts
got off
about-
the rails now.
This is what happens when you take an hour out to watch fucking Lucha Underground.
Get drunk.
Yeah.
Congratulations for the next 12 weeks. You're just going to be drunk at the end of the
For like
podcast.
35 weeks. How long are these seasons?
For the next year and a half.
Who are you going to appreciate bait to this week?
My Apprecibate this week? Let's see. I think my Apprecibate is Finn encouraging Kevin to climb the ladder. That, like, I love you and you're hot, and you rub peanut butter all over yourself, and you're encouraging? I'm into it. Apprecibate.
Peanut butter?
Oh, you didn't see that?
I don't need to see it.
Oh my god. He's been rubbing baby oil all over himself on his Insta story, and then was like, I ran out of oil. And then Bailey shows up with a jar of peanut
Disgusting.
butter, and is like, here you go, bro. And he's like, yeah, bitch, run all over myself.
I appreciate Nikki Cross.
Hell yeah.
She fucking deserves
Hell
it this
yeah.
week.
She deserves an Apprecibate. I mean, eternal Apprecibate for The Dream Does Not Recall.
Yeah. The dream has no memory of that.
The Dream has no memory of that. Permanent Apprecibate.
Just appreciate until I pass out and die.
God. You can find us many places on the internet. I'm at Urgency.
I'm at Stella_cheeks.
You can follow our podcast at Not Your Demo Pod.
You can also follow me and my thoughts at Kate Jade Seats on Twitter because I'm in charge, bitch.
Send us an email at Not Your
Which
Demo.
is not true. I'm not in charge.
No,
Nobody
you're
come for me. Allegedly. I don't know how law works.
Cole Cabana won his case. We can say whatever we want on the internet.
I'm in
Is that
Chicago.
true?
I could get his lawyer.
He's a very Jewish lawyer.
His
I'm
mom-
Chicago.
Did
I'm
we
Jewish.
talk about that?
I don't think
we
so,
did.
yeah.
My favorite part of that whole Cole Cabana podcast was at
Listen
the
to the Art
end-
of Wrestling about the trial. It was very good.
It was actually really good. And I don't listen to his podcast that much anymore because he does a lot of live shows and I'm like not into live shows. Hilariously, we release live shows about like whatever, double
very
standards.
different. Very different.
But I love that his mom came on at the end and was like, I knew Colt was going to win. He had a great lawyer who just happens to be a family friend.
The most Chicago Jewish thing I've ever heard in my
It
life.
was the most Jewish mom thing I've ever heard in my life. And I was like, yeah, Colt's mom, you got this.
You got this. I love you, Mama Cabana.
Just happens to be a family friend.
I fucking love it. So good. I also love that
Also
beautiful
this weird,
moment at the end where they
sad
hug goodbye.
erectile dysfunction story.
So funny. So fucking funny. I love that he has like a prelude to it too, where he's like, hey guys.
I love to jerk off, but while I was in this trial,
I was sad. It's hard to jerk off when you're sad. No appreciate for this lawsuit.
You send us an email at demo@gmail.com.
You should rate, review, and subscribe. 5 stars.
Appreciate us.
Appreciate. Please don't say this video is of appreciating us. We don't want to see that.
I have to work tomorrow very early. What else do we say?
Support us on Patreon.
You say a lot of random noises into the microphone.
Fucking listen. I don't even know if there's anything else left. We got 2 words for you. Oh my god.
Full remote night.
I'm putting this microphone down.
Wine. How do you say something?
Butt stuff and wine.
Yeah, let's just get drunk. And then I'll delete the episode because that's what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Earlier, Stella was like, I'm gonna get accidentally drunk. Kind of mellow laugh. I can't even mellow laugh. It's like deep in her
It's
throat.
hard.
I love it.
Hurry into Macy's newest shopping experience when Macy's Backstage opens Saturday inside Macy's Annapolis Mall. The first 200 customers score a Backstage scratch-off card with a chance to win up to $25 off your Backstage purchase. Join us for music, food, giveaways, and get a free Backstage tote with any purchase all weekend. Macy's Backstage opens inside Macy's Annapolis Mall, Saturday, June 16th at 10 a.m. Details in store. Visit Macy'sBackstage.com.
When we go out to eat, we never agree on where to go.
I want burgers! Pizza.
Tacos it is.
The one thing we do agree on is we all want unlimited high-speed data. That's why we switched to Metro PCS.
Stop by Metro PCS with the whole family and get 4 lines with unlimited LTE data for just $100, period. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figured out. Coverage not available in some areas. Requires new line. During congestion, the fraction of customers using more than 35 gigs per month may notice reduced speeds. Video streams at up to 480p. No tethering. See store for details and terms and conditions.